All right, here we go. WrestleMania 6. Can't believe we're already at the big 6. We're basically two hands now if you're holding up fingers. Uh, it was it was on April 1st, 1990. The first WrestleMania not in America. It's in Toronto, Ontario at the Sky Dome. The tagline for this is the ultimate challenge, as we have the headline match. We've seen this brewing for months now. Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior, title for title match. Who?
Well, the WWF title is the only one on the line. They just don't really mention that a whole lot.
No, it's both. They mention it. It's both.
Nah, bruh. Nah.
You don't think so?
No. I don't know. I've
But
heard this talked about a lot where people debate if both are on the line. I've always heard the official ruling was like it was literally just for Hogan's title.
that's
But
crazy.
it doesn't matter because Hogan never mind.
Yeah, he wins.
Yeah. No way, really?
Yeah, what? We're gonna have Hogan lose? Uh,
Not at WrestleMania, brother.
no, brother, get out of here. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's weird because just by looking at the main event, you have your two biggest guys in WWF currently, both baby faces, and now they're gonna face off. So
Yeah, there really isn't a top heel right now. It's really weird. Or at least there's not a heel that really mattered in the grand scheme of this show, but because this was a one match show, like they only really built this match in the entire shows building up to this. We didn't even like you didn't even know this was the main event until after I pointed it out at Royal Rumble. But going into this, I would have had no idea what the rest of this card was.
yeah, and let's be honest about how this review is gonna be. Do you have
We'll be
the
talking about the main event in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, do you have the timestamps for the matches? Is there any
God damn.
matches over 5 minutes?
Yeah, a few, but I mean, actually, a few of them are, but a lot of them are not.
Okay. Because I know there's some matches that are way less than 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But how many? Tell them how many matches we have. What, 14, right?
Well, there are 14 minus Roddy Piper versus Bad News Brown that was removed from this show.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peacock. I get it. It's questionable. I mean,
Go ahead and tell us.
this is the
Double count out, right? Yeah.
historic. Yeah, is a double count out at 6 minutes and 48 seconds. But this is the historic / infamous Roddy Piper covers half of his body in blackface. So that happened, but it didn't happen anymore. If you ask Peacock, it's just gone.
Yeah,
Ultimate
never heard
Warrior's
of it.
music hit.
That
Ultimate
sucks.
Warrior's music hit, and I was like, "Where the fuck is Piper and Bad News Brown?" I was actually looking forward to this match, and then
Yeah, that is so dumb.
whatever.
We didn't get to see a ghetto blaster. We didn't get to see Roddy Piper fight. Why would they make him go half his body black? I mean, that's just so
I don't know
stupid.
if they made him do anything.
Oh, that's just how Roddy rolled back then?
I guess so, man.
Jesus, bro. That makes me so upset. But yeah, WrestleMania 6. Another thing, it was, how many do we have? 67,678 people. They're
Yes, there's
not
a
too
pretty
bad.
big crowd there.
We started off the night. We have this little Vince McMahon intro with some
Oh
lightning
God.
strikes and a mountain, and he's just like, we're doing the ultimate challenge.
Yeah. The ultimate challenge. Growly Vince at his best.
It's kind of like thunder strikes, and there's like some ice caps behind them. It's very weird. But yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. Man, what a WrestleMania. Yeah, you know
It
what?
was certainly a WrestleMania.
Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse, they're back on commentary. Uh,
Awesome.
Jesse, I quoted him because we bring this up a lot. I've been to the Super Bowl, I've been to the World Series, and I've been to a Rolling Stones concert. Nothing compares to WrestleMania. So,
I will say after 6 WrestleManias, we've seen a lot of bad Super Bowls, and I've seen a few bad
yeah,
WrestleManias.
I've seen a couple bad WrestleMania. I've seen a lot of Super Bowls and a lot of World Series, but I can tell you I've seen some bad WrestleManias for sure. Uh, but we we're starting off with the Canadian national anthem. We
It's
are in
fitting.
Canada. It's sung by Robert Goulet.
It's different having a national anthem, not the American one, and it not get interrupted by somebody. Really unusual.
Yeah, where's Dino Bravo's manager? What's his name to sing it?
Well, Jimmy Hart now, but I think
Oh,
you mean
it's
Frenchie Martin would have
Frenchie
been.
Martin. Yeah. What happened to him?
I don't know. He looked kind of old when we had him, so I mean, I guess it would make sense if he just kind of if he took off and called it a day. Because they can just put Jimmy Hart in a blue and white jacket, and there you go. I'm Canadian now, baby. That's it.
You ready for me to tell you something crazy?
Please.
Frenchie Martin, 2 years older than Ric Flair.
Oh, and 6 less world titles. Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, yeah, I guess so. Uh, Rest in peace. Frenchie Martin passed away in 2016.
Oh, okay.
Rest in
All
peace.
right.
Um, but yeah, let's kick it to our first match. Why not? We
Yeah,
have
sure. It's not Paul Roma defeating the Brooklyn Brawler because that was a dark match.
how do they
That happened.
how do they set up dark matches before a main event and then get you hyped at the start of the hour? Do they just like
I'm sure they'll be like, here's a dark match real quick to get you going. It's like to get the excitement going, to break the seal. Like, all right, we're ready for wrestling. So it's not like we're just starting cold when the cameras actually turn on. The crowd's already had some time to wake up and get into a match, so they're a little warmed up.
I would have actually loved to see the Brooklyn Brawler. Um,
I know, right?
we saw him that one time, and I don't think we've seen him since. So,
God forbid we get to see Paul Roma at all, since he's not a young stallion.
God, yeah, for real. But yeah, we have Coco Beware versus Rick the Model Martel. Rick Martel has to be, I mean, just by my standards, one of my top guys currently. Got away from one of the worst wrestlers in wrestling history. Kidding. That is awful for me to say. Uh, but I mean, he's made a name himself. He looks completely different than when he was tag teamed with Tito Santana. It throws me
Well,
off
yeah, he's a
every
model
time.
now.
Um, some things I got from this match. The moving ring cart is back, and I love the moving ring
It,
cart.
I like it, but I kind of got sick of seeing everybody coming out on it. But I by the end of the night, I just accepted it and just kind of went with it because I'm assuming it's not like it's going to be like this all the time. It's just a big deal for WrestleMania, and it seems to be done with a little more organization than the last time too. Like you don't see the guy like stumbling to get cables out of the way before he gets run over by the fucking truck. Like it's on like a straight path. It's clear.
Also, I think I love the ring cart because there's that moment at the end of WrestleMania or at the end of the match between Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat where George
Yeah,
the Animal Steel is just fucking like hugging on Ricky Steamboat as he's holding up the championship is just amazing. I love
yeah.
that scene. So I think that's
There's a
why that's a
nice
good
moment
scene.
with the cart in this show, I think.
Which
But
match you thinking?
Demolition and Colossal Connection, post match stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean that is nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, but yeah, what'd you think about this match?
Um,
Definitely one of our
this is
less
a
than
nice,
5 minutes, I think.
yeah. 351 is where this went.
Yeah.
Let's see. I thought it was a nice little opener. It's pretty quick. They told a pretty like here's the thing. A lot of these matches on this card are really short. So they just kind of have to pick one small concept of a story and do the most they can with it. In this one, it was, Martel going for his crab or Coco going for the crossbody. Because, like, that's kind of the first big spot is we get the Coco Beware doing the crossbody out of the corner with, like, all the big drop kicks and all that stuff. And then, like, when he gets taken down, Martel goes for his crab. And then, bro, how many babies do the Hulk up thing right now?
Every other
Because does it
baby
here?
face, yeah. It's it's awful.
There's a sorry.
The Boston
I
Crab
didn't
was
think it was
nice. The
no,
match
you're
is
talking about
awful.
the Hulk up thing. Oh, you thought the match was awful. I thought it was a nice little quick opener thing. I didn't think it was like really bad. There's a little the struggle with the first crab was kind of long, but I mean it played directly into the finish. I didn't think it was anything good or great, but like I didn't think it was anything bad necessarily. I mean they had 4 minutes, like what
Both
were they gonna do?
guys, both guys with great attires though. I mean, the Coco Beware red shorts with the Frankie on. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
red pants with the Frankie, and then that blue that Martel wears, especially with the boots, it just matches him perfectly. Uh, I wish if I
you
was
notice?
Martel's stylist, I'd just be like, hey man, keep wearing blue all day.
Yeah, just all the time, man. Just do it. Do you notice that Coco? I feel like he alone is in. He's bigger and like more jacked than half the WCW roster.
Yeah,
Like he
no,
is
he
such
is.
a
Yeah.
bottom guy here. It's so crazy. But he Coco goes for his crossbody again, but misses, and that's when he gets caught in the crab. Um, like I said, nothing good or great, but I don't think it was bad. Just they only had 4 minutes, and the story they picked was your crossbody, his fucking crab, and a submission win.
Yeah, Martel also hits a suplex and a backbreaker this match. Those were the only other moves I really wrote down. Um, Also, are have we seen Coco Beware win a match?
No.
Even against
No, we
Butch
haven't.
Reed? Did Butch Reed just job him
Butch
out
Reed
too?
beat Coco Beware. Yeah, Butch Reed beat him.
Damn, that's crazy.
And also like he was even pinned by Bobby Heenan when they had that 6-man that he was involved in.
I feel bad for Coco Beware because he's also about to be tombstoned by the Undertaker in 4 months. So
Oh, you mean Mean Mark Callis?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Red Machine or whatever the fuck they were calling him. Uh, but yeah, like Cameron mentioned, Martel, Boston Crab on Coco Beware. Coco taps out. And Martel
Well,
wins
you
by
submit.
submission.
Tapping out doesn't exist in this world yet.
Tap out. When did tap out like that wrestling stuff? When did that get big? Like
I,
early
I think
2000s?
it come in around like Ken Shamrock, maybe somewhere around there.
Okay.
Maybe Bret Hart. I think it becomes more of like a normal thing when Ken Shamrock's around, but
Yeah.
it'll probably be like I said, more or less. I don't want to say like prominent, but it'll kind of maybe start to show up when Brett is the top guy because his finish is a submission.
Do you think it's when you're wrestling? Do you think it's more satisfying to get a tap out than just a pinfall? What do you like better?
I mean, honestly, mine my preference is going to be with what goes best for the story. And also with indie wrestling, it's sometimes really hard to get people to like be okay with tapping out because everyone's such a like a fragile ego, small penis asshole who thinks tapping out makes them look weak or like a pussy.
Yeah.
And I don't really think it's that. I think it's just yeah, it's admitting defeat, but would you rather that and you look like you're smart enough to know like when to quit, or would you rather the dude leave you laying on your fucking back and standing over you? Like, really, come on.
Yeah, true. Or
So like I have a submission, but I don't like Like I don't really use it a whole lot, but when I do, I make sure it counts.
You should hit a figure four on someone.
I did it one time to be like the when I was like the father figure of the kids of Keast. I did the father figure for.
But yes, so
Yeah, thanks for no selling my joke, but okay. No, it's good. I'm just fucking with you.
so after this we have an interview with the Colossal Connection, Haku and Andre and Bobby Heenan. Uh, Mean Gene calls him the Colossally Connection.
Yeah, because Gene is an asshole and he has an attitude about him. You can't just pick on him, I guess.
Yeah. And then I forgot who interviews Demolition, but we get a Demolition interview.
I think it's Sean Mooney, I guess. But there's
Yeah.
also this like piano player interviewer that keeps popping up too.
And there's a
And
female
that guy
interviewer.
was a fucking yeah. I don't remember her name, but she interviewed Elizabeth and shit too. Like, there's this is such a weird show.
Yeah. The interview in the showers just throw you off. It catches you off guard so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's okay. That's whatever. Yeah, Demolition, dude. I love Demolition. The
Oh, I love
WCW,
them.
yeah, the WCW like hardcore dudes gimmick with fucking the Road Warriors. They do not compare to Demolition. Like it is not even close.
It's not. It's not.
And and I think in my head, I would have never known Demolition if I didn't watch through these. I only know the Road Warriors.
Yeah,
So
for me, I always knew they existed because I was a WWE kid growing up, and they would be in the games and stuff, and I had always known that Demolition was WWE's answer to the Road Warriors. So I just figured that they weren't as good as the Road Warriors because they were like the copy. Fuck that. This is like the Road Warrior Plus version. It's like if you pay for the subscription service when you get Road Warriors.
I need we should dress up as Axe and Smash for Halloween next year.
Fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. Is
I
it
think
weird to you though that Demolition are like talking? They cut a really good promo here, but it's just weird to me that like you go to these guys and you can just ask them a question and they'll answer. I don't know.
I think it's weird when they talk, and I think it's weird when the Bushwhackers talk normal. So no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He has a great line about like, I'm called Axe because I can cut down any redwood. And then Smash is like, I'm Smash because I can fucking smash the tree. I don't know. I smash. He's not a bad talker, man, by any means, but Axe is much better of a talker.
uh, so yeah, so obviously we know the next match. It's going to be for the tag team titles, Demolition versus the Colossal Connection. Who you got? Pre-match guess who you got?
Well, I kind of figured that Demolition might pick up the belts here because my first note is Andre the Giant looks exhausted. There can't be that much Andre left. Like, I'm happy to see Andre, don't get me wrong, but man, he looks like he's having a hard time. He's not in this match barely at all.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason they brought back the ring cart because they're like, oh, Andre's gonna be here. We got to make sure that
Yeah.
we're not wasting his energy going down the ramp.
Yeah,
Uh,
this entrance might actually be too much for him.
he actually starts out the match because they do the thing where we're
Oh,
not gonna
yeah, he's got
start
to fall into the ropes.
it. No, well, like he starts out the match. I mean, like where he's jumping into the ring. He's getting some hits in, and the
Yeah,
refs tell him to
really
leave and
half-hearted
stuff.
hits and kicks.
Yeah, but then it's like
And he comes in and just kinda,
yeah, does he get tagged in? I don't even remember if he gets tagged in. Um, I assume he does, but I
I mean,
generally
towards the end, he gets tagged in, and also, like I said, he's got to get in the ring because he's got to fall on those goddamn ropes at some point. He's got to get hooked in there.
how embarrassing is that that's your one thing that you do? Like if we had $1 million for every time he did that, we would have $20 million
Yeah.
dollars.
It's the only offense he really takes other than, the Hogan body slam because it's like he chokes you, he punches you, and then he grabs you in the back of the head and headbutts you. But if you hit him at all, he just cannot help but fall on those ropes and get both arms caught. And he's just like, "Help me! Help me! Help me!"
Oh, and I love the Bobby Heenan struggle to get him every time. Like that shit is just so
Yeah,
funny
dude.
to me.
Heenan tries his hardest to get his boy out of there.
Oh God, bro, holy shit. But yeah, what'd you think about this match besides the Andre stuff?
Um, see, hold on.
This is one of the longer matches for tonight. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, this is 9.5 minutes.
Is that second longest of the night?
I no, there's one longer than that.
Wow.
I think. Yeah. And the one that I was like really wanting to have more time was over so fast.
Oh,
Not so fast, but like I needed to be longer. The one that was so fast that would have been fine, but yeah. Anyway, I thought this was a pretty good match. As we mentioned, Demolition's really grown on me, and Haku is really good, and they do their best to cover up that Andre really can't do anything. Like he's basically working the entire match on his own. Um, like it's obvious that they're just trying to keep him out of there. He did anything, but he looks like he's just in so much pain. So whatever. Do what you got to do, man. But Haku, I thought worked really well, given that he had to do it by himself. Uh, but if there's one thing I will say is the crowd helps not only this match, but like basically every match in the entire show. Like whether this was 9.5 minutes or 19 seconds, the crowd was into everything. Haku working over the throat of Axe. That's fucking cool. And then there's this really weird stuff with the referee where like the ref is just gone, so he doesn't count a pin attempt at all. Like I don't know what he was doing. The ref was just gone at one point, and there's a pin going on and no count. And when you get to the hot tag thing, like where Axe he gets the big clothesline out of the corner to make the tag. Haku just stands up and turns around for like the bump feed.
what's what's funny to me is how many times have we seen Haku just wrestle for 20 minutes while Andre stands in the corner?
A
It
few
happened at,
now, I guess.
well, I guess Survivor Series, Andre was actually eliminated first, right? Because of the
Yeah,
count out. But you could
yeah,
just tell, and then he had to wrestle because Bobby Heenan was one of his partners too. So
yeah.
I guess it
And that
couldn't get
whole match
worse.
was like it was like Bobby Heenan, Haku, and Arn Anderson doing all the work.
Yeah, and Arn Anderson
So
gets
basically, Arn
eliminated.
Anderson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I actually love Haku a lot, and just like you mentioned, like
No, he's
he's a
great.
good ass wrestler, like really good. What was this tag team's name? Tamu? What was it?
Or it was
Samu?
Tonga. No, it was Tonga.
Oh, okay. What happened to him?
He's now the Samoan Savage in NWA or WCW now. But
Gotcha.
he'll be
Okay.
tagging with Fatu pretty soon as the new Wild Samoan. So Samu is the one that's
Gonzo.
gonna be just gone. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just some things I had on it. Every other minute that Haku wasn't getting his ass kicked, he would just bring him over to Andre, who would just chop or headbutt him in the corner. Uh, Axe does his little moment where he gets his, his Hulk up, I guess we can call it. Uh, Boot to the face and clothesline on Haku. Smash hits a like this back elbow and then a back body drop on Haku as well. And then we kind of get here to the finish. Andre, he's holding Smash up, and then Haku, he goes for a kick. Smash moves out of the way, and Haku hits Andre in the face. And then
And
guess
what
what
happens to him?
Andre's Yeah, he
Help me!
falls back
Help me!
into the ropes. Honestly, the aim that Andre has to have to get tied up in the ropes every time is pretty
Yeah, he's
impressive.
really good at it, dude. He's
Yeah.
so good at it.
I wonder what practices look like for him. He
Him,
just
him, and Randy Savage are so good at it.
yeah. Oh yeah, Randy does do that. You're right. Uh but like I was just like practices. I'm curious if they're like, "Hey Andre, you want to take some bumps over here? You know, we're going to work on some."
Or his rope.
Yeah.
Or hit the rope.
He was like, "Oh, I got to do 30
I'll get
ropes
caught
so
in
I
the
can
rope.
leave."
I'll go help me.
um and then yeah, demolition hits their decapitation move on
Is that
them.
what it's called?
Yeah. Well, I literally just googled
What?
demolition tag team move name.
Oh, okay. I
Eh,
forget what they did. I just know that like they did it while Andre was trapped in the ropes because I thought it was really cool that it led to the finish.
Okay, you thought okay. Uh, this WrestleMania is tough, man. This
I
is
can't wait for like the review I have written for it at the very end of this.
but yeah, demolition of course wins. They said they three-peat, so I guess it's three times they've won at WrestleMania, right?
That is the third time they've won the tag championships.
Good.
I
Keep
can't
them on
remember
them.
which one
No
they were
one else
specifically
needs them right
playing.
now. Keep them on them. They're so hot right now. Just keep it on demolition, bro.
The damn demolition. They're so hot right now.
But yeah, so demolition wins by pinfall. Not looking good so far for WrestleMania 6. Uh, but after the match, Heenan's, yelling at Andre, of course, because they just lost the titles, and he's like, "You big son of a bitch." I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say any of this, by the way. You big son of a bitch. All you know how to do is get locked up in the ropes and complain about it.
You didn't help me.
And Heenan, the balls this motherfucker has,
Yeah, I swear to God.
slaps Andre, and Andre grabs him by the fucking throat, and he starts hitting him. Andre knows if he actually hits him, he's dead.
He'll kill him. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he gives him some really like half-ass slaps.
yeah, and the crowd goes crazy, and Haku tries to stop it. Haku starts getting beat up.
Yeah, now Andre's doing things.
Yeah. And then both Haku and uh, Bobby Heenan, they try to, leave on the cart, and Andre just drags them both
Yeah.
off of it.
No, that's his ride. He's not about to walk back to the locker room. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That is his ride.
Imagine, bro. They didn't show it, but I would love to see the camera angle of the cart not coming back to pick up
Yeah.
Haku and Bobby Heenan. It's like,
And they just have to walk all the way back up.
oh my God, that would have been hilarious. Yeah, and you get to
I
see
thought
them Andre
oh, good,
becoming,
good.
I guess, a baby face again.
I was about to say, man, this was a great moment. I thought the match was what the fuck ever. The match was fine, whatever. It's a WrestleMania 6 match, and I'll get into what I think that means later on. But this was a great moment, and if it hadn't been for a specific moment later on in the show, that I've that I just love so much, this would have been my moment of the night. Andre leaving the Heenan family, and after 3 years, babyface again. It was it's a nice moment here, I thought.
Yeah, you get some smiles from Andre as he's getting driven back to the top of the ramp.
Yeah, he can finally shake hands with babies or what the fuck ever again.
After the match, we have a Mean Gene interview with Jimmy Hart and the Earthquake. What do you think about the Earthquake so far? We've seen him in a couple matches. How do you feel about him?
I think he's a better attempt at whatever the fuck they were trying with Bossman and Akeem. It's another big dude coming in who's like only big because he's like, I don't want to say fat or overweight, but like you get what I'm saying. He's one of those guys. He's not like a big muscle head guy. He's just big. He's just a big old boy. And it's another case of we have a big dude to build up so Hogan can probably beat him later. I don't hate him. I think he's definitely more entertaining to watch than Akeem. And because Akeem's tick is the stupid shit with his wrist because he's fucking grooving to Jive Soul Bro or what the hell ever. But Earthquake, he has to like kind of shake up and down and stuff because he's an earthquake. He's in and that's exactly what he describes in his promo. He's just like the ground's gonna fucking quake and then the walls are gonna shake and shit's gonna fall and he literally just describes an earthquake.
Yeah, he's
I
like
think it's weird he was Canadian, unless he like for realsies is Canadian. But I guess you got to put him with somebody. Why not Canadian Dino Bravo and wannabe Canadian Jimmy Hart? I guess. And when I say wannabe, I just mean because all of his clients are Canadian.
the Rougeaus. Yeah, you're right.
No, they're American boys.
Yeah, from Memphis. From Memphis.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, Jimmy Hart in here I wrote down. He says the scientists are predicting an earthquake, but they don't know the magnitude of it. And then you just see earthquake bouncing up and down. Really. Um. Yeah. What is WWE's? Do they have any more like weather phenomenons wrestler names coming?
Oh, dude, Earthquake's gonna get a tag partner to be called the Natural Disasters. So just hang in there. It's not gonna get better for the world. There's gonna be one catastrophe after the next.
What is it? Thunderstrike?
It's
Tsunami?
it's Typhoon, I believe.
Typhoon? I hope he gets them soon, bro. I need some typhoon in my life. I'm actually very curious to see what Typhoon looks like. Oh God. Okay. Typhoon, what a legend, bro. He looks awesome as shit.
Typhoon's gonna become the Shockmaster at some point in life too. So
What?
the Shockmaster. Wait, just wait, just wait.
Oh, and
It's gonna be
Hurricane. I forgot about Hurricane. There's another one.
well, yeah, but that's years down the line.
All right. Where we at? Okay. Next match we have the just interviewed Earthquake with Jimmy Hart versus Hercules. Now, may I remind you, Hercules,
Okay.
bad guy in the past. His persona was built around how he tore down the gates of Olympus and kicked all the gods' asses, and now he's here wrestling. So
Yeah,
an
and
earthquake shouldn't bother him, right?
you would think so. However, he was not prepared for.
The
He was not
magnitude.
prepared for. Yeah, yeah. He should have predicted the magnitude a little better and brought a longer chain or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, he needs to go back to his old
Ventura
chain.
Ventura says, "I think Earthquake might even be stronger than Hercules." Like, okay, dude, chill. Keep some of your credibility, man. Like, don't just throw it all away with one thing like that.
We start out the match, a test of strength, bro. Test of
Well,
fucking
he
strength.
tries to attack him from behind first, and then he just moves, right? Or is that
Yeah.
after the?
Let me go back.
Because I just remember the Earthquake tries to like attack him when he isn't looking.
Yeah. And Jimmy Hart is having to distract the earthquake because, or distract them in the ring so earthquake can like catch his breath and stuff. No, I do remember that part. Um, do
Yeah,
they?
he gets his fucking nose busted.
Yeah, yeah. He's bleeding a lot by the end of the match. Yeah.
I think this one was an accident. I don't think this was like there was no need for blood here. I legit think he got one to the nose. It was a little too snug and it popped him. That's what I think happened.
Do you
Because
do you think
his nose is fucking
WWF would have
horrid.
benefited from adding in earthquake noises?
Um, no. And let me explain why I say this. Do you remember it was a show in 2007 on MTV called Wrestling Society X?
I do remember Wrestling Society X.
Okay, there was a guy on that. I think it was Vic Grimes. I think it was the dude that New Jack tossed off the fucking scaffold.
Yeah.
But anytime on WSX where he would pick up and slam somebody or somebody would knock him down, they did the shaky effect with the camera, and I fucking hated it. It
What?
made it hard to pay attention to what was going on. Although WSX was like wrestling on a coke trip anyway,
Yeah, that's
but
where
it made
we
it like
were.
really jarring and hard to watch.
That's where we were introduced to Seth Rollins.
Yes, that's actually where I first saw him as well.
Yeah, Tyler Black,
Matt
right?
Seidel too. Yeah,
Yeah, Matt
he was
Sydal.
in
Yeah.
DIFH with Jimmy Jacobs,
DIFH. What does that stand for?
doing it for her.
Oh,
Yeah, Becky
interesting.
Lynch. All this time we had no idea. Crazy.
Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne. You mean?
Yeah, and he had his girlfriend Lizzie Valentine. Human Tornado. That guy was great. Another disaster. So it brings us full circle back to the earthquake.
God. But yeah, test of strength for the earthquake. Earthquake wins it. And then he just
Yeah.
starts basically just ramming Hercules in the corner, uh, beating the shit out of him. He's also flexing his guns to the crowd, I guess, like a little, fuck you to Hercules. Like, you think your muscles are big, mine are bigger.
Yeah, it didn't
Uh,
matter if you're book strong, fucker. Cause he
yeah.
I mean Hercules sold well enough for him. This definitely gave me the we're building this guy for Hogan vibes though. I don't know for sure if that's where we're going, but that's just the vibe it gave me. Cause Hercules has been, I don't want to say protected, but he's been booked to at least look strong. Earthquake kind of just kicked his ass here after like, getting his nose busted. But
Yes.
again, they had 5 minutes. It literally went 4:52 and Earthquake had to get a big win. I just feel like I should be getting more out of WrestleMania. Like, there's nothing that's making me go, that fucking sucked. But there's nothing making me go, like, yeah, that was cool. That was great. That was awesome.
Still
No,
have
none
the
of that.
3 hours, 30 minutes, but just cut the
I,
matches in half.
I swear. Like, you could, yeah, just literally half of these. Like, we don't need the Heart Foundation Bolshevik thing. We don't need Big Boss Man Akeem. We don't need Jim Duggan and fucking Dino Bravo. I don't think we needed this.
And if this was fully, you don't need or I guess you do need the Piper and Brown. I needed the Piper and Brown. Just don't make him do blackface. Uh,
I'll say Beefcake and Mr. Perfect had a place on this show. You don't need Orient Express and the Rockers.
Titus and Jake Roberts is good.
Wait,
You
who?
can Titus, Ted DiBiase and Jake Roberts.
Titus, yeah, okay, because
Uh,
that one was good.
you
That one
don't
was fine.
you don't need Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire versus Queen Sherry, and
No, whatever.
you don't need it.
Yes, we do. That was one of my favorite matches.
I'll take Sapphire versus Sherry.
Hey, that's I bet that it's gonna happen at some point. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I remember seeing that when I was like looking over the cards to see like what was coming up and the dates of them and shit like that.
Oh God, I can't wait. Uh, but yeah, basically the ending of this match, what happens is Hercules does get the momentum back just for a second. He clubs Earthquake, and then he tries to, take Earthquake down. Earthquake's on one knee, and then Hercules realized, oh God, this guy is too heavy. I won't be able to do anything to him. Earthquake elbows him to the ground, stomps on him, and then he hits his Earthquake splash and wins.
Yep. Hercules, the god from Olympus,
Loses to an Earthquake.
from Canada.
Yeah, just
That last part makes it just a little funnier.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, after the match, we
Who is this
have
lady?
it's
Who is this fucking?
Rana Barrett.
Okay. I literally wrote some fucking lady
So
is doing a
fucking
sit down interview with Elizabeth, and it sounds like she's just hitting on Elizabeth.
yeah. She calls herself an investigative reporter, right?
Yeah.
Rana Barrett, with Elizabeth, she's asking her like, "Where have you been? Like,
Yeah, and you're so
what's
beautiful, and
wrong?"
like, oh
Yeah.
my god, do you need me to like come and rub your shoulders or anything?
And basically, the reason why Miss Elizabeth hasn't been here. Why am I calling her Miss Elizabeth? What am I doing? Uh, the reason why Elizabeth hasn't been here is because she's doesn't want to disappoint her fans because she wants to be able to help out in the corner of wrestlers, but she doesn't think she's strong enough to actually make a difference out there.
Yeah, her and her husband have split up, and it's really awkward if she's going to be on the road with them. So
And
that's at
she
least my guess. I don't know, but they're like, if you come back to the ring, what would you think? And she goes, well, if I come back to the ring, I would want to do this and this, but that's if I want to come back to the ring, huh?
I doubt she
That's
does. I doubt she does.
I don't. Yeah, like no fucking shot. No
Just
fucking shot.
just hang the boots up, You had your time.
What the fuck was this segment?
I don't know. It was
Like this
very
would have
weird.
this this completely kills her return. Like if she had been an entire surprise, that would have been so much cooler. But now they're like, "Hey, Miss Elizabeth still exists," and then later on they're like, "It's Miss Elizabeth."
Coming down on the
Like
ring card.
what the what the fuck was this?
Yeah, and it goes from, kind of like a calm interview though, to a fucking lunatic in Brutus the
Yeah,
Barber Beefcake. Um,
and just like we've always been afraid of, dude, he comes so close to getting that dude's fingers with those hedge clippers.
he's being interviewed by Sean Moody. Sean asked him, what's he doing, and Beefcake is like that he's checking out Mr. Perfect's record here. Um, and he's doing a background check on him. I don't remember a good. I don't do a good Brutus Beefcake. But yeah, I
Neither
mean,
does he. So
he calls Mr. Perfect's record impressive. He does the line of, no one's perfect, everyone has flaws and mistakes. Uh, and then he proceeds to cut the papers with those hedge trimmers, like a fucking lunatic, bro. Get rid of
yeah,
use smaller scissors, bro.
well, that's he does at least when he cuts hair, except Sherry's long hair, but that was it.
God. No way. No way Mr. Perfect loses this match, bro. No way. This
Well,
makes me so upset.
buddy. This
I'm
next
sorry.
match is the Genius presents Mr. Perfect versus Burtis Beefcake. Hey, but if it makes you feel any better, okay. I don't remember which commentator, but they point out that Sean Connery was named sexiest man in the world.
No way.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
Eh,
Whatever.
Jesse is probably like, I was probably in the running too.
Well, it's because it wasn't 5 years ago when I could have ran.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, what'd you think about this match?
Fuck this match, bro. Fuck this match. I love Mr. Perfect, but like, dude, I still can't fucking stand Brutus Beefcake. He's over as fuck. I get that. Um, they of course do the jump starting and it backfires. I'm starting to kind of pick up on the pattern. Uh, I I wonder if Perfect is like not thrilled with what the outcome of this match is going to be because he's doing that like exaggerative selling his ass off for
Mm-hmm.
everything to the point where it's almost comical. Because he takes the corner and he just jump and flails his ass off every time, kind of over the top. And he Genius gives him like the little clipboard thing, and he blasts Beefcake with it, and he follows this up by not going for the pin.
Yeah, he kind of just like stands there over him. He's just like, oh, I didn't really mean to do that, so I'll just wait till he gets up. Also wanted to mention, Mary Tyler Moore is in the crowd.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that happened.
she will also be mentioned about 30 more times that she's
She
in the
makes
front
money
row.
on this show.
Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore, very famous for the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the Dick Van Dyke Show, and I
And
don't,
being mentioned in the Weezer song "Buddy Holly."
and WrestleMania 6 front row.
and Yeah, WrestleMania 6, man. All the stars come out for WrestleMania. Remember last time when the fucking dude that just won the election was on WrestleMania?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, he was. Holy shit. Remember when the Where's the Beef lady was on WrestleMania?
Yeah, and Herb, man.
Her,
Herb hasn't been here in 4 fucking WrestleManias.
we need to go back to WrestleMania too. We need 3 venues.
Oh man, I miss it so much.
uh,
So Perfect looks fucking great, dude. He's in great shape. He's a crazy performer, like really good. And he just kind of beats up on Beefcake until he gets thrown into the post and pinned by Brutus Beefcake. So fuck this show, dude. Come on.
I agree. I don't know. Does he have to change his name?
Who did Mr. Perfect piss off?
Yeah, I don't know how you lose to Brutus Beefcake. Don't even make him like you mentioned it. Brutus is over. How about you don't make your guy who's fucking perfect in wrestling lose to Brutus Beefcake? That fuck that shit, bro. That's so
Like
stupid, bro.
build a heel, dude. Your top 2 people are baby faces. They're 2 baby faces in the main event. Fucking build a heel, man.
God, it's so
But
stupid, bro.
I do know that Perfect's gonna get he's gonna get something pretty soon. I don't
Really?
know how substantial it is, but he'll get something.
Like a title, or are you thinking like a run of something?
Uh, well, so spoiler: the next time we're watching a WWF show, Perfect will have won the Intercontinental title.
Okay,
Because
good.
after Warrior wins the main belt, the Intercontinental title gets put up in a tournament, and Perfect wins it.
Good. And we don't see that?
No, because he'll be defending it at SummerSlam.
Okay, good. Well, fuck yeah. That is good retribution then. Um, but yeah, after the match, we uh we go to
Well,
Volkov and Boris.
buddy, Genius is here.
Oh, you're right. No, yeah, I totally skipped over it. Genius, right after the match was over, actually takes the Clippers, and he's doing the sneakily cartoon walking away. He's whistling. He's like do 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 do. Don't pay
Yeah,
attention
just
to me,
minding my
Brutus.
own business.
Yeah, Brutus actually chases him down with those big ass Clippers that he's holding, and fucking drags him back into the ring.
Genius fighting for actual fear of his life at this point.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker has got scissors.
And instead of just, let him have those big clippers, and because you still have the small ones in the corner, uh we're just gonna drag Genius to the ring and not cut the guy's hair that you just beat. But okay. Uh
Well, let's not cut Mr. Perfect's hair. Fuck the Genius. So whatever.
yeah, he gets the Genius in the ring, puts a sleeper hold on him. A 20-second sleeper. He's out, and he's out long enough for him to change clippers, take his cap off,
Yeah.
and cut his hair again for the
Again,
second
dude.
show in a
Again.
row. This is fucking
This was
crazy.
one of the rare times where the babyface got to win the match and win the post-match shenanigans. Like it's usually no contest, and then the babyface gets to embarrass the heel, or the heel wins and then gets embarrassed by the babyface, or the babyface wins and then gets laid out by the heel. He never Brutus got to eat cake and have it too. He got to eat his beefcake and have it too. Of all people on this show to get that, it was fucking Brutus Beefcake. So
Y-
anyway, there's a fucking guy playing piano in the shower. I don't know. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Sorry. It. I love Nikola Volkov, bro.
Yeah, I've missed him so much. Bolsheviks is kind of whatever. If I have to also have the Bolsheviks to have Nikolai Volkov, I'll take it. It's fine. I just love having Nikolai.
And so basically, there's this pianist, or pianist, however you want to call it, Steve Allen. He's in the shower portion of the bathroom,
Yeah,
and
naturally where you'd find a piano.
he is attempting
Eh,
to play the Russian national anthem, but he
Yeah,
keeps
sure.
on making fun of, the
Mhm.
Bolsheviks, and he's playing, some dee 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 music, like trolling him
Yeah.
the whole time and making up songs that involve, they're losers or whatever. Uh, and then finally he like starts to sing it, and then the toilet flushes, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here!" And then they're doing the pu fucking. This was so dumb. And I feel,
This was another one where I wrote, "What the fuck was this?"
yeah, what happened? What happened to the wrestling I love?
Eh, Do they know that this is WrestleMania? Like, are they aware of this?
I don't think so. It's just, I sound like a boomer though. Literally, it's like, what happened to the wrestling that we enjoyed, that we've been watching all these years now, and now I'm getting gimmicks in the bathroom. But yeah, this next match, it's the Hart Foundation versus the Bolsheviks. Uh, the Harts, they are already in the ring, where we kick it to the Bolsheviks coming down the ramp. And then once they get into the ring, Nikolai Volkov has to sing the Russian national anthem.
But he probably won't get to.
Getting booed when someone is singing the national anthem is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, even though like this show is so strange because it's in Canada. So of course there's some Canadian pride. We open the show with "Oh Canada." And then like four baby faces are going to either carry a flag or put over the fact like "I'm a proud American." And then it gets mixed reactions from the crowd. But God forbid you show up and be fucking Russian, dude. The second that Russian anthem started, not only does the crowd begin wholeheartedly booing another country's national anthem, Monsoon goes, "Give me a break." So I guess
That was
fuck
really
Russia.
good. I got to interrupt you. That was a really good monsoon right there. Give me a break. That was really good. Holy shit. And then the Hearts attack them. It's
Yeah,
just,
the Canadians lay them out, dude.
and then the Hearts, they do a double team move and win the match in what, 8 seconds.
19. They win with the heart attack in 19 seconds. 19 seconds of Bret Hart. Thanks WWF.
In
Thanks.
in his home country.
It's home fucking country. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, like
Don't worry
Boris,
though. Canadian Earthquake will have fucking 4 more minutes than Bret Hart got.
like poor Boris, man. He didn't even get to take his jacket off.
I feel like the only time I've ever seen Boris wrestle was in the fucking Rumble
Yeah,
because nobody was there to jump him during the national anthem and pin him.
I think he had a good Survivor Series one year, right? Where he actually was like, he lasted a long
It was
time.
probably that team one
Yeah, yeah,
that
that
I
was a big
hated.
ass one. Yeah. Damn. I can't, but I know the main event of next year's WrestleMania. It's Nikolai versus Hogan, so I'm okay with that.
It's funny enough, you're not far off in like the concept of the next WrestleMania's main event.
Oh, Boris. Is it Boris versus Hogan?
No, 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 no. But like
I don't know it,
it's a
so
foreign heel.
a foreign
Not
hero.
but like
No way.
it's
He's
it's for
back.
the pride of America kind of shit. No, 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 no,
Iron
no.
Sheik? Oh no. Okay.
No, 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 no. No. It's like I have to do this or America's doomed type shit.
What the fuck? They make it that deep? That's crazy.
No, it's just the vibe they
Yeah,
go for with stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
Okay.
Hogan can't do this, the fucking American economy is gonna collapse. All of our secrets are going to be given to the evil military of another country, and they're going to use it to kill the whole fucking country of America. That's not like what they say, but that's you get what I mean. That's the spirit of it.
Yeah, I
If Captain
understand what you
America, Hulk Hogan can't do it, we're fucked.
uh and then we cut to a Vince saying that WrestleMania 7, Cameron, it's going to be in Los
Yep.
Angeles at the Memorial Coliseum, and it's going to be in front
Go in
of
Hollywood.
100,000 fans.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
oh. I bet it is.
And Jesse makes a joke like, he'll be inviting all of his friends, and he's like, "Sorry, Gorilla, I know you really don't have any to invite." Uh, uh, yeah, and he's like, "I'll have to leave my grandma at home for this one." Uh, yeah, but what's weird is like as they're talking, it cuts back to the ring and Barbarian is walking out with Bobby Heenan. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
we have a new baby face, or not baby face. We have a new heel manager allegiance switch, cuz
yeah,
no more Fuji or seemingly Powers of Pain. It looks like
yeah,
it's
no
Barbarian
Warlord.
going solo.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's take a moment right here. We're keeping this all
Okay.
in.
All right.
Warlord 19.
All right, what's up?
Okay, I'm gonna see what happened to Warlord 1990.
All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still in the company
Oh, okay.
cuz I'm pretty sure he's on the SummerSlam card. He probably is even still heel. If anything, he's just not tagging with Barbarian anymore.
Oh, you think it's just like a split for a second?
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do with them? Have them feud with Demolition again?
Let me see. There
No, the
has to
answer
be a
is no.
reason.
You can't do that. No, the answer is don't do that. So
Uh,
wait, what are you looking for?
I was just seeing if there was something.
Oh.
Oh, I might have had it.
All right. Well, while you look up that, I'll get into this match a little. Not the match, but we go to Gene, who's with Tito Santana, and he's putting
Barf.
over the fact that he's been in every single WrestleMania, and he knows he's outmanned against the Barbarian, but he's proven that he can, so he's gonna survive a Reba. I'm glad that for now he just seems to have dropped the Martel grudge. Like, let it go, man. He's not thinking about you anymore. Just let him go. And to break from the trend of the last few matches, these guys actually lock up, an actual lockup without any kind of jump start.
I couldn't find it,
But
but yeah, I'm back now.
all right, that's fine. I'm not a big fan of Barbarian not immediately being able to toss Tito across the ring when he locks up with him. And then he sells a headlock from Santana. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But he gets a big fucking hip toss. But Santana basically he more or less stays in control. Barbarian eventually gets control through power, but he misses a big fist drop. And then the referee will practically stare at Bobby Heenan when he's putting the foot on the rope to like break up one of the pins. And Barbarian wins with a big ass top rope clothesline, damn near taking Tito's head off. Like he kind of nailed him with this. This match kind of sucked, if I'm being honest with you. He spent like Barbarian basically just spent the entire match in the fucking Mortal Kombat like finish him days, and he did that to build the bumping for fucking ever instead of like one big bump. But like I felt like Barbarian did not come across as the giant uh, that they were trying to portray him as in this. It is funny though that he got to beat Tito Santana. That is pretty funny given the context of our podcast here and how we've made Tito the fucking villain for no reason. I
He's
feel
my
like
Thanos.
I feel like whatever they were trying to do with Barbarian here, they just completely failed at it. Because he doesn't look anywhere near as deadly or like impressive as fucking Earthquake did 2 matches ago. 3 if you count the one that we don't get to see. I just kind of wanted more out of Barbarian. If this was going to be a big moment to push him, I don't feel like they really pushed him. It felt like more like a nudge. That's all I got for that match. It kind
Yeah.
of sucked.
No, I mean you did great. You nailed all of it. I have
It's
some
easy when the
things.
match is fucking 4.5 minutes. It's really easy when,
I
only 5 things happen.
I got some things that aren't match related about this
Okay.
match though. Uh, Tito's music hits and Jesse says reminds him of the Mexican strip club he went to.
Oh.
He then jokes and says that Tito should have sent Barbarian some Mexican food because he would have gotten a count out victory because how bad his cooking is.
Okay. Well, it would have been a better victory than I'm trying to think of a time Tito had like just the shittiest well, half of the fuck. Remember when Tito Santana beat Don Morocco after like clearly losing and then just the match was restarted because Tito Santana was like, "Oh, my foot." Do
Yeah,
you remember that?
that was when he was
I
IC
think that was the
champion, right?
wrestling. Yeah, it was the wrestling classic.
Yeah. God, I can't stand him.
But
Uh,
Tito has actually been at every WrestleMania.
yeah, he's six
So
for
is Hulk
six.
Hogan.
Coincidence?
And I are they the only ones that have at this point? Maybe Andre.
Andre, yeah, Macho Man.
Yes. Well, no, I don't think Randy Savage was on WrestleMania 1.
You're right. I don't think he was either. Damn.
Yeah. And Ricky Steamboat's gone.
Yeah. No, not Ted.
Bobby Heenan. I mean, the
Brutus?
manager is like, yes,
No.
yeah, Brutus for sure.
Greg Valentine?
Yeah. I mean, Greg Valentine is on this show, even if he didn't wrestle. Boy, is he on this show.
Yeah, he is. Uh, yeah. Oh, also I wrote Barf twice. Two different bullet points for Tito Santana. Yeah, next we kind of see a clip of the recap of the whole Sherry and Macho Man and Sapphire Dusty drama that's been leading up to the point. We remember from that Brother Love segment where they were just completely roasting Sapphire, enough to
Yeah.
where Macho Man came out and grabbed her, then Dusty came in and saved her. Uh, yeah, but then we get a Dusty and Sapphire kind of interview backstage. Uh, they're adorable together.
I love Sapphire, man.
I this doesn't last long, right? Because isn't he about to jump ship
Nah.
again? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be back in NWA or WCW pretty like by the end of next year, right? I mean, we got a little bit of time with him because we haven't even got to the DiBiase feud, and that's more or less the one he's like mostly known for as far as his WWF run goes.
Does he come back after he goes back to WCW?
Not until he's like
Old.
older, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean he's
It's my
close to the end of
son,
his
Cody.
career right now. Yeah. We need Goldust bad. I know we get him soon, I think, but we need him
90,
then.
95. We get him in
Yes.
95.
I'm excited for him. Uh, yeah. What do you? We got a mixed tag match, first ever we've seen on the show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey,
I
guess
have a
what?
good bit of notes for this match.
We're
What?
actually gonna see women wrestle.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we
we're
are.
gonna we're gonna see women in the ring, but we're not gonna see women wrestle. We're gonna see women do shit in the ring.
uh,
We haven't seen women wrestle since Rockin' Robin and fucking
Judy Martin.
Judy. Yeah, Judy Martin. We haven't seen women wrestling in a while, dude.
God, and
You
Sensational Sherry was there too on the mic.
you remember how awesome the Jumping Bomb Angels versus the Glamour Girls was?
Dude, I missed the JBAs, bro.
Take me back, dude. Take me back.
I hope they're thriving wherever they're wrestling right now
Let's
in
watch a
1990.
All Japan Women's show from 1990.
Please, I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah, and see how good it is.
Dude, I bet they killed over there. I bet they killed, bro. Oh my god.
Oh
They're
yeah. There gets to a point where all the cool moves you see dudes doing on the roster are just moves that they stole from watching All Japan women matches.
what? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, All Japan Women's known for going fucking hard.
But yeah, what'd you think about this match? Not too long. This definitely isn't a long match. I don't think. Maybe like
It was
6 minutes.
7:52.
Oh, a minute and 52 seconds longer than I thought. But yeah, what'd you think?
For this point up until towards the end of the show, this was my favorite match. Um, I really did enjoy this. First of all, you get Rose and Sapphire coming out, and Sapphire's dancing her ass off on the on the ring cart. She's having a good time, man. She's getting paid. She's having fun on TV. I like Sapphire. And then Dusty grabs the mic and he brings out, wouldn't you know it, Landon, Miss Elizabeth.
She's here? What?
What the fuck? Why? Why did we do that interview? Like if we had not seen or heard from her, and then she shows up here, it would have been such a better surprise.
Yeah, I don't
Anyway,
know
she comes
either.
out to Randy Savage's music.
I don't blame her. I mean, he does have great music, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but she's
the,
not with him right now.
yeah, I don't know. Do you know if they get back together?
I don't think they do, in real life, but that won't stop fucking every chance. They won't stop them from every chance they get, putting them back together just because they know the chemistry's there. That's just they want a nostalgia act. I'm pretty sure there's a big babyface moment
Well, they're married right
where
now.
they are right now.
They get divorced in '92.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a big moment at some point soon. Probably around the time Randy Savage like turns babyface again, where they do like the big reuniting. I think.
Okay,
But I
yeah.
mean, I don't understand what threat Elizabeth is actually supposed to like pose to Savage.
Well,
She gets a big reaction, but the biggest contribution she's ever given to a match
no,
was taking her
don't
shirt off
do
and
it.
distracting her opponent.
He did it. He did it. Oh, I love
Like,
you for that because I was gonna say it.
so I guess in this case, Dusty has the secret weapon,
Yeah, I thought about it through the match. Like, when is she gonna just distract Savage for the win? Um,
And then we're told the biggest lie I think I've ever been told on a wrestling show. Mixed tag rules, so man versus man and woman versus woman, no mixing. Bullshit. Not true.
oh my god. But
Because
yeah,
immediately, like, Sapphire shoves fucking Savage.
yeah, and then
Uh,
I hate that Sensational Sherry is so good, and I don't know if she's fighting matches on like, the regular events. We might get a Sherry match once a month or something. I don't know, but I feel
I'd
bad for
imagine not.
her.
Like, the women's belt's gone by now, right? I'd imagine we just don't get any women wrestling now.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't, I don't know. That's a lot of talent there for her just to be a manager.
Well, for what it's worth, she's a fantastic manager. So it's not like all of her talents are going to waste. She's just not wrestling. I think she's a fucking phenomenal manager.
All right, Sensational Sherry, Peggy Sue, or Queen Sherry. What's the best gimmick?
Best are my favorite because those are two different things.
I know what your favorite is.
My favorite's Peggy Sue for sure. But honestly, best probably this version here, Queen Sherry. Now, when she becomes like when she'll be with Sean later on, that'll be pretty good to see. She's cool with Harlem Heat down the line in WCW. Sherry's a very good manager.
Oh, I didn't know she was with Sean. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Really?
I believe that's actually who she ends up with after Savage.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I know at some point she'll be with Sean because the original like sexy boy music was her singing.
I did not know that.
Oh, dude. Early 90s WWE, like once we get rid of this Hogan shit, you know, once we
That's
move away from the Hogan shit for a little bit, it's
that's what I'm
pretty
excited
good.
for.
Pretty good, man.
That's what I need right now to get rid of the
Because you see
Hogan
all these
shit.
matches, you see all these people here that are getting like 4 minutes and 15 seconds, 4.5 minutes, 6.5 minutes. They'll get more time. They'll get more time because Hogan doesn't need it all.
But yeah, some things I got from the match. Um, Sherry, you mentioned earlier like bullshit on men attack men, women attack women. Uh,
Yeah,
Sherry hits Dusty with a knee. Uh, Savage, he hits another double axe onto Dusty on the floor. Savage's knees probably at this point are like butter. Gotta hurt very badly every time he jumps off the top rope. Um, and then he goes up to the top rope again, and Sapphire
yeah. Keep
stands in
going.
the way. Uh, so Savage uh, he throws her down, and then he rolls Dusty into the ring. Savage then it's another double axe handle on Dusty Rhodes, uh, and then he suplexes him. Sherry distracts the ref. Savage went and got a scepter, then hits Dusty Rhodes in the back of it. And I'm just like, this Savage just being the ultimate like shit face heel is the best
Yeah,
move that WWF has made. But Savage in this match at WrestleMania, I hate it for him.
yeah. He's really trying to make this work. And to his credit, he really is because I enjoyed this match. Like, there's a point. It's like right after the debatable cringy spot where Sherry tries to body slam Sapphire and she collapses. Ha. But like, Dusty tags in. Oh shit, I'm at the wrong spot here because it was before that. It was when he like grabs her like Savage grabs Sapphire by the hair, but then like she kind of like slaps him away. And there's a point where like Dusty tags in Sapphire and Dusty throws Savage at Sherry, and then like she pushes Sherry into Savage. A really wonderful spot. And then like they keep doing things where they're causing Savage and Sherry to like run into each other. Like they're working well together, even though they shouldn't be. And also, after the scepter you mentioned, like Sherry hits him in the back of the head with the scepter. Sherry hits a splash on Dusty, and the ref counts, even though men versus men, women versus women.
Yep.
And
Crazy.
so by that logic, there should have been like 50 DQs by now.
Yeah.
And then I really like the spot towards the like a little bit after that where like Sapphire snapmare Sherry off of Dusty's back. But it is early 90s, so hair pulling. Gotcha.
Double
And then
noggin knocker to Sherry and
oh my
Sriracha.
god, you know it.
Mhm.
Sapphire hair whips Sherry, and Gorilla Monsoon has the fucking nerve to call that a Beal.
Oh my god.
And
Uh,
was it right here? Elizabeth guillotines Sherry on the ropes, and she falls backwards over the Sapphire tabletop thing, the little like bully trip, and then pins Sherry. I really thought that this was overall a very good segment. And I think it's been the best match of the night so far. Um I even wrote here best match so far, but likely a shoe in for best segment.
yeah, you
I don't
mentioned it.
remember
They
if
kind of do that high low type shit where
yeah,
the push above. I mean, Elizabeth's kind of lower than Sapphire, but it's the push above the trip over Sapphire for the
yeah.
pin. But yeah, I mean,
And the baby faces dance to celebrate. It's a nice fun moment. Everyone's happy except the heels, but they're heels, so fuck them. They'll be okay.
after the
I
match,
I really enjoyed this segment. I really enjoyed this. So I think if you trim the fat of the WrestleMania card and get rid of shit we didn't need, I think this stays. I really enjoyed this.
would you been okay with 5 more minutes?
Honestly, yes. I was really enjoying this. Not that I know not that I can think of like 5 more minutes worth of stuff that they could have done, but I'm also not Dusty Rhodes and Randy Savage, so
That is true.
they might have.
Two great minds. I mean, Dusty Rhodes could have came up with something for 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
a
Dusty
dance
Rhodes was
off.
like booking a territory for the last like decade or so. So, and then Randy Savage is one of the best performers in the fucking world at this point.
Trying to see.
But I quite enjoy this match, and I'm happy that it wasn't just like a 3 minute, fucking blunderfest and just basically a segment. I'm glad that Dusty and Savage got to work a little bit, and it's a different kind of work because they implemented their managers into it, so it wasn't just let's go out and have a banger. Although for the love of fuck, man, can I just get to see that said banger? Because Dusty Rhodes versus Randy Savage sounds like it would be fucking awesome. And every time we get it, it's stupid talk segments, Rumble, Survivor Series bullshit, and now the mixed tag. When I honestly would have rather just seen Dusty Rhodes versus Randy Savage, but I will take this.
Okay.
All right, I'm good. I'm good.
But yeah, after the match, Savage he tries to attack with a scepter, but Dusty fights him off, and Savage and Sherry bails, and yeah, the crowd of course loves Sapphire and Dusty, so they go crazy for it. But here we go. We're in the fucking hall of interviews right now.
Yeah, I say this begins the string of interviews. It's like I guess we went to intermission because these people have just watched 9 fucking matches and they still have 6.
But we start off, me and Gene talking to Bobby Heenan. Feel free to jump in every time, but I'll just try to.
He's
Uh,
more or less bullying Bobby Heenan and teasing him, but yeah, they're
feel
there.
free to yeah jump
All right.
in and stop me
All
whenever
right.
you got something. But yeah, Heenan's basically just complaining about how Andre's not taking orders for him. Mean Gene saying like, has the Heenan house is it crumbling down? Is it tearing down? And he's just like, oh, Andre, he just we just gotta get him back on. He's not listening to me. Uh, I'm Bobby Heenan. I could do what I want, blah 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 blah. And also Gene goes like, where did you get the nerve to hit Andre in the face? And I agree. Cause what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah,
Why
where
would
did you
you ever
find
do
those
that?
balls?
Yeah. Uh, and then we get a Gorilla and Jesse interview with Rana Barrett. Rana says that she can't believe she's standing between two guys like this, and then Gorilla's like, "Hey, I actually heard that you have some dirt on someone in the WWF." And she's like, "Yeah, I do. He's actually standing, next to me right here." And Ventura's like, "What? What do you mean like that? It's not me." And then Gorilla goes, "I actually heard it's something in the adult rated section." And
Oh
Jesse's
shit.
like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's actually, is that Sean Mooney? He's with Savage and Sherry." And then we just cut away to Savage uh, and Sherry. They're in the locker room, basically just having a meltdown. Savage wearing his crown while he's, fucking
My
throwing a
my
hissy
thing.
fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Real quick about the woman here. You said Rana is her name. She goes when they're asking her about her time in the locker room, hanging out with the WWF guys. She goes, "Yeah, it's great to see that all these people they have such clean images." Like, okay, dude. Okay, hey, have half these dudes piss in a cup, and let's talk about clean. Also, Vince McMahon's the boss here,
Yeah.
so yeah, clean image.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And I want a 24/7 surveillance on what Hulk Hogan does. Um, Please give me that. Wait, no, we're not at the crazy
Oh
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan stage, right?
Well,
The
nah,
sex
yeah.
tape
He
Hogan.
drinks a bunch of milk with fucking Buster Douglas.
Oh God.
That's his idea of a crazy night.
But yes, the Sherry. Uh, Dude, I can't stand to see my guy Macho Man in peril right here. And so basically, Sean's like, Savage, I think you got more than you expected out there in the ring versus Rhodes and Sapphire. And Randy's like, you hit the nail on the head with that one. Uh, you know, you better get on the phone and call someone because, we just got screwed out there. Blah, 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 blah. I'm Macho Man Randy Savage. Uh, Also, he mentions Crown Jewel. And it's weird to see like he says Crown Jewel with us just seeing Crown
Oh
Jewel.
yeah,
Uh, uh,
it is really crazy the timing on that.
yeah. Uh, and
I thought this was a nice little promo by Savage, dude. I love this guy.
yeah, and he proclaims that he's got Dusty now, so he's are we gonna get like a Dusty Savage 1-on-1 soon? You think
I
SummerSlam?
fucking hope so, dude. Like, why are we waiting this long for, for these two to wrestle? Why have we not seen it yet?
Next we have the Mean Gene Okerlund interviewing our
They
new.
they they do wrestle at SummerSlam. I'll say that much.
Okay, awesome. Uh, we got Mean Gene interviewing our new tag team champions, Demolition. Uh, we kick it over to Smash. He's talking about how he's getting goosebumps from their victory, and Mean
Yeah.
Gene's like, the Hart Foundation out there, they had their quick win versus the Bolsheviks. They're next in line for the title. Um, and
Okay.
Axe, yeah, and
It
Axe
was
is
that
like,
easy, huh?
yeah, Axe is like, how about we just talk about us winning the titles first, and
What about the Orient Express? What about that tag team?
or the
Or Dusty Rose
Rockers,
and Sapphire?
yeah.
Well, the
Uh,
Rockers fucking lose, so
and then Axe is like, we can't get too celebratory, with the Hart Foundation on the horizon. So, but we'll do whatever we need to do to remain the champs. All right, and then we kick it back to Jesse and Gorilla. They're
yeah,
recapping the night
nothing
so far. Um,
nothing worth watching that footage, man. Just trust me.
yeah. uh, it
And they go, "Let's go back to ringside," but they don't.
also don't does it right here. Jesse's like, he had too many hot dogs or something. Is this the time he says that? He mentions like
I
Gorilla had way too many hot dogs offset. It might be later on. Uh,
I don't remember that at all.
yeah, I think it's later on in this. I'll bring it up again. But yeah, of course, we can't interview everyone and let everyone speak their mind and not have Hulk Hogan have to say a few words.
Oh, let me tell you something, dude. The ultimate challenge. I was waiting for the cataclysmic disaster of, you know, of whatever Hulk Hogan is. It was all the positive vibes, man.
Yeah, he's talking about, how he feels the energy over the Sky Dome and he can't wait to meet all the raving Hulkamaniacs. Uh and he knows that the Warrior he'll be feeding off, his own energy with the crowd. He's got some fans as well. Uh and he's like, when I get the Warrior on his knees, uh, he's gonna ask me if he wants to live forever. Uh, and then he says, what does he say? Where's this where I'm at? Uh, oh, he tells the Warrior to breathe his last breath into Hogan's body.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh God.
and it kind of sounds like
Yeah.
he wants Ultimate Warrior inside of him in a weird way.
Hey,
uh,
there's a whole subculture for that apparently. People that I don't know. I don't want to
oh,
talk about it.
really?
It's
Okay.
uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about it. It's uncomfortable.
I'll do a quick Google later after. Uh,
Yeah, just pin that and then you can look it up on your own time and not when I'm around to hear you talk about it.
but yeah, and then Hulk's like, it's not about if you win or lose, but it's about how you win and what kind of a winner and what kind of a loser you are. Uh,
Oh man, so it's almost like he's saying, I can still be a winner even if I fucking lose, dude.
Yeah, coming from the biggest baby in WWF, like fuck off, bro. And guess what?
Yeah.
We're still not gonna go wrestle.
No, dude, fuck that.
We're actually gonna go to the Ultimate Warrior. Uh,
Who is hating Sean Mooney, apparently? You're a fucking normal bitch that doesn't deserve to breathe the air that Hulk Hogan and the Warrior breathes. Like, what the fuck is that about? I know my mic probably didn't pick that up,
no,
but
it did all of it.
okay,
And
because this
also,
was really weird.
yeah, the
The
Warrior
drugs have
also
finally kicked in and they've peaked.
he says something in the extent of their love language they have going on. He's like,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, "Hey, I'm not here to destroy Hulkamania, but to merge the Hulkamaniacs and the Warriors into one.
yeah.
Hulk
That you,
Hogan."
yeah. Hulk Hogan,
Oh my
Hulk
god.
Hogan. This was way better than the whispering weird shit from the main event, but this was eventful. What like honestly, I thought it was better than Hogan's promo, but I don't know what the fuck it was about. Other than, combining the energies or whatever.
They're in love. That's all it is. But yeah,
That's more or less like, yeah, if they just hurry up and fuck and get it over with.
guess what, Cameron? We have a match.
Oh man, they're still wrestling on this show.
It's
And here comes the wrestling block.
it's the Orient Express, Sato and Tanaka with
And Pat
Mr.
Tanaka.
Fuji. Pat Tanaka? I don't know. Do I know?
Yes.
Would I know him?
Just is a popular Japanese name, so probably not. He worked for AWA back in the day and stuff like that.
Okay.
He was one of the more popular Japanese wrestlers in America around the old days.
With Mr. Fuji versus the Rockers, of course we know Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
I don't remember it, but I've noted here in my notes that they're coming out, or this is the Orient Express. They're coming out to like the most typical Japanese music they could find, but I
Yeah,
love it.
it's like the YouTube like non-copyright music.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not as cool as what Muda came out to.
No, not at all. Yeah, and I love the Great Mood. I don't know about you, but I love the Great Mood.
No, Muda was great. I hate that we didn't see him at Wrestle War, but we'll see him some more. We'll see him again at some point.
Yeah.
So anyway,
What do you think about this match?
oh good. I mean, okay. I didn't really feel like there was much to this match really. Like there's some good tandem offense by the Rockers, and then I like how Fuji like hooks Jannetty with the cane to make him fall out of the ring and stuff, and then they do that stop and stare down shit. There's even a stomach breaker. You don't really see that often in the in these matches. Nice little crazy jumping lariat or whatever the fuck that was from Tanaka, but he leapfrogged Michaels and waited for him to come back to spin around and hit him. It was really cool. Tanaka flips across the back of Sean and just kind of takes his fucking head off. That was a really nice spot.
Yep.
Pat Tanaka's fucking awesome. Let's see. Jannetty just kind of gets going on both of them after he gets tagged in. They double drop kick Sato out of the ring, get a big ass backdrop on Tanaka, and then go up top. And you know what happens up there. But Fuji tries to pull Jannetty down with a cane again, but Jannetty goes after him, and he gets salt in the eyes. The ceremonial salt is back, and then the Rockers are counted out.
Like Buddy had a handful.
Yeah, he basically threw the whole fucking bag at his face. And Jannetty sells this blind stumble so well. Like he literally
just
falls off like over the
railing. Yeah.
I don't know if it was on purpose. If it wasn't on purpose, beautiful. And if it was done on purpose, also beautiful. But Orient Express win by countout.
Yeah,
why?
I don't know. Just let them pin you if you're gonna make them lose either way.
Why are you pin? Why are the Rockers not just winning? They're your team that's here. Why do they have to lose this? Was part of the goal? Was part of the was part of the deal to get Pat Tanaka and Sato that they had to win, but they're like, we're not gonna pin our guys. Like, who the fuck cares? You know how many times the Rockers have won matches on this show? Not a fucking lot. Just take the pin.
You know
Like
what I think
everyone else is getting
whenever
pinned.
I see fan interaction and wrestlers this close. When Marty Jannetty stumbles over that barricade, you kind of get that like that your stomach falls. Like I'm just like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
pan the camera somewhere else. Like he's about to get mauled. Like we're in 1990. There's no boundaries right now. But then you remember like, oh, thank God he's a fucking baby face. Could you imagine Could you imagine Zeus falling over a barricade?
Yeah, there'd be an idiot that would try to fight him, and then Zeus would probably stand up and just maul the guy.
I know there's that very famous clip of Triple H and Stone Cold fighting,
Oh
and
yeah,
Triple H suplexes the dude that comes into the ring that tries to hit Stone Cold.
yeah. He definitely wasn't expecting that attack.
No, God no. Yeah, because especially because Triple H was down on the ground because he just got beat up or whatever, and then he just fucking no
Yeah,
sells
he
him.
stopped selling immediately to go save Steve Austin.
Crazy. But yeah, Orient Express wins by countout.
Cool.
This is like what their second, third WrestleMania for the Rockers, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it's about that. It might have been. It might be the second. They might have debuted at 5 because 4 was like the tournament.
Yeah.
But fuck wrestling.
Yes, and actually, I'm okay with fucking wrestling right here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck wrestling. Fuck wrestling.
And I forgot because oh my, ever since Saturday when I watched this, I wanted to I wanted to look on Apple Music, and I'm gonna do it after we get off here and see if this song is on there because I will
Or
listen to the
hunka
fuck out
hunka
of this
hunka
song.
honk you love.
Yeah, like listen, Honky Tonk Man, you're about to get a fat residual check from me, and it's gonna say 38 cents because I'm gonna play it 1,000 times, and that's probably how much you get from it. Uh, but God, like, come on. Uh, but this interview's weird. Steve Allen is a weird fucking dude. I don't know who the
He
fuck Steve
really is.
Allen is. He makes a comment here. He's like,
I know which one you're talking about.
yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
Like Steve's like, I mean, I haven't been excited, to hear you guys perform
Yep.
since I heard Pee Wee Herman was straight. Uh,
Yep.
and it's just like, what?
Dude, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. And then he compares like Elvis or Honky Tonk to Elvis, but Elvis
Yeah.
Costello, like Abbott and Costello. And it's just like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? And
I was like the only thing I noted from this, other than like me just loving this segment. Is like Greg Valentine's gone like full black hair now and his full tilt character.
yeah, and Valentine
Fuck the
towards the
hammer. It's time to have
end,
some fun.
Valentine toward the end, he's like, we're heading for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so we need to get a little more practice in. And Steve's like, oh, I'll make sure to call them and warn them that you're coming.
They it was really like strange at first because he was kind of offbeat and the sound mixing was really strange, but it got on track. But I don't think it took away from it because he shouldn't be a good musician. He shouldn't really actually be able to sing, dance, and play the guitar. He should just be able to act like it very well and annoy the fuck out of me when he tries. I loved this. This was the break I needed from 10 wrestling matches other than a 30-minute series of interviews.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have this go for 30 minutes instead of all those interviews.
Uh, but yeah, we instantly go to our next match, which is
Yeah, we can go back to wrestling, I guess, or whatever.
yeah, for real. Dino Bravo, with Jimmy Hart, and the Earthquake. Can't forget him. Versus
Yep.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Cameron, I wrote this right before I went into my match notes. Pre-match prediction. This match will end by countout or disqualification. knowing our guy Jim
Yeah, because
Duggan.
Jim Duggan's in it. But he's gonna raise that flag and that 2x4 like he did it though.
What
However,
a-
uh,
How
the
long
the
was this?
boldness of
Three minutes and 14 seconds.
this was 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
What? Now that's crazy. I I don't. Jim Duggan is fighting Dino Bravo, and you're gonna give me 4 minutes?
Yeah. In Canada, by the way, and Duggan comes out with his American flag, and wouldn't you know it, it gets booed. Like they're cheering Duggan, but they're booing the fucking flag, and then like Duggan answers this by chanting "Yay!" And the crowd's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But Jimmy Hart, ever the fucking performers, so they don't care, baby. They don't care, baby.
I love
Uh
Jimmy Hart so much.
oh yeah, he's great.
We don't deserve
They
him.
no, we don't. So and like you said, another really quick match here. How long have we been building Jim Duggan and Dino Bravo, man? It feels like forever for them to get 4 minutes.
Oh, here is the match. I see my fourth note. Jesse yells at Gorilla for eating too many hot dogs when they went on their break earlier.
There it is.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, there it
wrote
is.
and I wrote this is more entertaining than that match. Them two just bickering about Gorilla's weight.
Yeah, that's really all it became. There is a point in the match where like when Jim Duggan starts to get going, where Monsoon he talks all this big shit like, oh, we gets in that 3-point stance. He does what? Wins? No, that's not what he does at all. Because the dude's literally never won a match. And then Ventura just goes, I just don't. I think I don't like Hacksaw because he's ugly. Okay, cool. We get a Hulk up. But it gets stopped pretty quickly. And then Duggan sets up for the 3-point stance. Earthquake grabs Duggan. Jimmy, I don't know what the fuck happens here. Jimmy slides the 2x4 to Bravo, who instead somehow Duggan just takes it and just hits him with it. But the referee is like distracted by Earthquake now. And
Yeah.
then Duggan actually gets a pinfall. WrestleMania magic, man.
So that's what
Fucking
it
Jim
looks
Duggan.
like. That's what it looks like. I can't even remember in the other matches if he even went for a pinfall. Did we ever get like a 2 count in a Jim Duggan match
No,
before?
he just punches people, and then until they fall outside or the referee stops the match when he's hitting them with 2x4s or whatever.
Also,
Like the sword fight with him and oh good.
half the time it is never him who gets the 2x4 in the ring.
No, and it
It's
wasn't
the
here.
shit heel manager who tosses it in, and then the heel is like, oh, what's a 2x4 doing
What?
in here?
Hey Duggan, you dropped your 2x4, man.
Pick it up real quick, man. Get that out of here.
Okay. He just hits him with it instead. And then Earthquake beats the fuck out of Jim Duggan.
He hits like what, 3 earthquake
He just 3 of the
bombs,
earthquakes.
whatever the fuck you want to call it. Uh, Also, the other time that the times where Duggan actually gets the 2x4 is when he gets fucking counted out and he's pissed off on the
Yeah.
outside, and while the shit face heels and manager are inside the ring, jumping up and down, that's when he runs in and tries to hit him, but they eventually get out and he's like swinging on the ropes, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm sick of Jim Duggan. All right, I'm calling it right here.
I'm kind of, I guess I'm with you. I get it. I'm with you.
I once saw Jim Duggan wrestle at a wrestling event. I want to say it was 2011 in Huntsville, Alabama. And at this time, he was doing that little stint, like his last stint with WWE, where he was like, I think he was in the Rumble and some other, maybe some Raws. And I thought to myself, like, I just remember like, oh, that's the guy who fucking carries the 2x4 and yells oh and doesn't know how to wrestle and
And tags with Eugene.
yeah. And guess what? Who would have fucking thought 20 years before he's the same performer there as well? So
Yeah. Remember how the first time we saw him, I mentioned to you that like one time Facebook tried to tag a picture of Jim Duggan as me.
yes, I've seen you act more like Jim Duggan than Jim Duggan is act like Jim Duggan, bro. I just
Oh
I
well.
I need you to get a 2x4 and carry that to the ring Friday.
It shouldn't be that hard to find a 2x4. I'm sure we got them somewhere around here.
Yeah, just go
Man, 4 matches left. Oof.
just go to Lowe's or something. You know what I mean? ten
Oh
dollars,
yeah, for sure.
$10 2x4. Uh, but yeah, so after this, we get a Ted and Jake the Snake promo package. Sorry for going on a tangent about
No, you're fine. We
fucking
went on a
Jim
tangent
Duggan.
about Wrestling Society X earlier. It's fine.
Yeah,
We do this like every show though. It's just what we do.
it's honestly my favorite parts when we go off and we
Oh, for
talk about
sure.
random things. We get like a little video package about the Ted and the
Yeah,
Jake Roberts
he
stuff.
he chokes Jake Roberts out with the $1 million dream, and then 6 months later is cutting a promo about it. God damn. Like,
They
no one
just
lets shit go.
what we had who fought like 4 pay-per-views in a row. No, I think it was Rick Rude and someone. Rick Rude and
Rick,
was it Jake
Rick
the
Rude and
Snake?
Jake Roberts were against
Yeah.
each other for a little while. Uh,
Forever.
yeah, I mean Tito Santana and Rick Martel were fighting each other for quite a while. Yeah, I
I'm
don't know, man. They
I'm a
I
game.
the long-term storytelling here.
Um and so then we get like a little Jake promo here. Uh it's basically just Jake just shit talking Ted, and he's he's saying like he's gonna come for that $1 million belt, and
Oh, oh yeah, this promo.
yeah, and that DiBiase has to the way he's gonna get the title back is he has to go through him and Damien. And he brings up all the times that Ted
Yes.
begged or made people beg for money, kissing his
Yeah.
feet or dribbling the basketball or push-ups, and uh
Yeah, get on your knees and bark like a dog.
and at this time he's gonna make Ted DiBiase humbled and humiliated, and he'll be
He's gonna
groveling
leave
over his
him.
own money.
He's gonna leave him a victim of his own greed.
God,
What a fucking great promo. It's easily the best Jake Roberts promo we've seen. It
yeah,
might be the best thing Jake Roberts has done
yeah,
other than throw a snake at Andre in the Royal Rumble because that was kind of awesome. But like this promo, dude, was awesome. This was great. Jake
yeah,
Roberts, man.
yeah. Nothing's better than that scene of Jake literally like just one motion and Damien's in the ring just with out of the sack and everything. He does it
He's
very
got it
well.
down to a science, yeah.
Yeah.
He's figured out the quick way to tear that bag off of that snake.
Um,
Um, I really like. There's like a sense of real passion and like intent in this promo.
I'm
So I can totally buy off of this promo that maybe Jake didn't grow up with a lot of money and watched rich people flaunt their shit in front of him and other people around his pay grade, if you know what I mean.
I'm gonna be
Uh,
honest with you.
and
I think this match could be match of the night.
really,
Yeah.
I'll say this was a really good match. I will say that.
I think it's the best that we've seen Jake Roberts perform.
Yes, 100%. It's Jake Roberts' best show, period. It's the best showing he's had. He had a really good promo. He gets a really good match here, and it goes 11 minutes 50 seconds, so almost 12 minutes, the second longest on the show. I agree. This is 100% Jake Roberts' best showing. Period.
So if it's setting up like that, you're telling me your top four guys in WWF right now are three baby faces and one heel.
I wouldn't say Jake Roberts is like number three. Well, I don't know who the fuck is. I mean, we're definitely building Earthquake up. Uh, Savage is kind of falling down the card. He's wrestling. He's doing the Dusty thing. I'm trying to think like who actually could be. I mean, Rick Rude also looks good coming out of this. It also looks like Boss Man's getting a nice push.
Yeah, he
But
is.
I mean, yeah. As far as like this show goes, yeah. But even though Jake Roberts, he doesn't win or leave with the belt here or whatever, like he still does come out of this looking like one of the top baby faces for sure. He's protected at least. Not that he needed it, but I suppose it's fine that he didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
But we finally get the evil Ted DiBiase theme. He's not walking out to silence anymore.
Uh,
Money, 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 money.
Here comes the money. No, no, no. Different. But he should use that. Uh, but yeah, great start to this match. You know, they get in there, they're shoving each other, and then they just fucking
Yeah,
go at
they
it,
just go
bro.
right to it. Yeah, and then they try to wrestle. And
Yep, Jake does about 7 attempts of the DDT, which you'll see him do in every match. And guess what? He won't
kind
hit
of always got,
any
man.
goddamn one, bro. Uh,
No, there's not a fucking DDT on this show.
oh no, there is. It's
I'm
after.
starting to. There is. Okay,
It's
I'm
yeah,
starting to think. I'm starting to think that Michael Hayes might be better at the DDT than Jake Roberts.
probably yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, so they eventually go out. There's a lot of like inside outside the ring here. Uh,
Yeah, the cutoff to Jake though is fucking wild. Where he goes for like this big running knee lift, but DiBiase just kind of like tosses him aside, and Jake just goes crashing into the corner. Crazy shit. And then we're right where Jake is in his comfort zone, where he just gets his ass kicked.
mhm. Also, the fans start to do the wave, and
Yep, they sure do. And I thought it for a second, it kind of made it look like they weren't into the match, but
Jesse
whatever. They power through.
Jesse's like, "Oh, come on, here it comes," and Gorilla's like, "I'm not doing this." Uh,
You're no fun, Monsoon.
yeah. Uh, so
Like,
Ted,
okay.
Ted's outside. He's working on Jake outside. He brings him back in. He hits him with a pile driver. And then he does this thing where he's like waiting out. He's like kind of like taunting him in a way of like, I'm not gonna cover you, or Jake's like taunting him. Um, and he's like not gonna cover him yet. Um,
Oh yeah,
and then he like goes for a pin, but then DiBiase answers with the $1 million dream hold. Uh, Jake's fading. I thought they were gonna do like the three arm up thing, whatever you call it. But then you see Jake's foot on the rope, and then
yeah. And he just falls backwards, and like the way he lands, his foot just happens to land on the rope. I think the idea is like if it hadn't been there, he would have passed out. But he forced the break by being lucky enough to land where his feet could get on the rope.
hmm and then DiBiase, he's waiting to do an axe handle, and then Jake hits him in the gut, and then he goes for the DDT again, but then Virgil pulls him out of the ring, and then Jake slams Virgil, and then DiBiase gets another $1 million dream hold on him, and then Jake, he breaks it by sending Ted into the post. Um, but Jake, he can't enter the ring. And then Virgil, he grabs DiBiase and then rolls him in, and he wins basically by count out, which kind of sucks. This is done by a count out. But as they mentioned, it's like this is like a non-sanctioned title. So even if
Yeah, sure.
Jake would have won it, By count out, he would have won the title. But yeah, he's not getting it though. Ted wins.
No, yeah, Jake is not $1 million man, so he can't have the $1 million title. Interesting note here: Jake Roberts does the short clothesline, which is apparently the setup for the DDT. Can't help but feel if he just gone for the DDT, maybe he'd have got him that time.
Also, if he would have done the long clothesline,
Yeah, come on, man. Everyone knows the longer clothesline is the way to go.
don't you? Yeah, you do that all the time.
It was a good match. It was just it was
This
probably the best. Like I did write here that this was the best work Jake has done.
this match benefits more in that 15 to 20 minute range than it does in the 10 to 15 minute range.
Yeah, this definitely could have needed more time because like it kind of at times felt like there's really like nothing to it. Um, but I mean, I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way. It's just kind of everything on this show, especially given the finishes it gets or the time that they get, it just kind of feels like nothing's meant to really matter too much. It's just, hey, here's some wrestling. Hulk Hogan and Warrior are coming.
Yeah, because it's basically like Jake working on Ted's arms, or Ted just doing whatever he can to wait until uh Jake's off the ground so he can hit him with something, or they're fighting outside, or Ted has Jake in the $1 million hold, and uh,
Hmm
there's a lot of like loose time in there that makes it 11 minutes. But if they were constantly fighting, it's probably more like 7 to the 9 minute range. Um,
Yeah, but that's a lot of drama you're taking out. So like I
yeah,
get why that's there. And that's also Jake's main thing is he sells very well, or I suppose where he just gets his ass kicked and you want him to stop getting his ass kicked.
yeah. I mean, Jake couldn't even win a
Then
made up title, let alone a fucking WWF title. So
I know, right? If all he had to do was make it back in the ring. But like was it Jake attacks because he's mad, but Virgil escapes with the belt. But DiBiase, there you go. You mentioned you had it right. He gets himself a DDT, and then Jake Roberts takes some of his money and starts giving it to fans.
who are fighting over. I don't know if that money's real, so I hope it was, or that's a crime. And Jake's 7 years in prison, so
Yeah,
he's like,
the
here.
true, yeah, and also because it could be grand larceny if it's over a certain amount too. So.
Yeah, what the
But
fuck?
he didn't win the match or the shiny belt, but he did steal from the rich and give to the poor, just like he said he did. He did in fact get some revenge for the less fortunate, like the people who can afford front row seats at fucking WrestleMania and marry Tyler Moore. What a hero. He stole from the rich and gave it to the other rich. What the fuck?
Yeah, and she's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely needed this. Yeah, all right, here, kid, take this fucking 100. I don't want to hold this.
Oh yeah.
But it's not over because Damien's out of the bag.
hmm I forgot to
And then it is
mention,
over.
Mary Tyler Moore is in the front row, so.
Yeah, and she gets $100.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake.
You think she had to have given it to someone, right?
I, I'd imagine. I just thought it was funny that like front row WrestleMania seats are not cheap,
Mm-mm.
and him being like, "I'm gonna steal from the rich and give to the poor," and then he literally just gives it to the people who can afford seats like that. Like, really needs that $100 bill. He needs to go up to the cheap seats of the Trump Plaza where that dude was sitting last year. Jake's the best. Jake's the
DDT,
best. That dude's
DDT.
life would be made if Jake Roberts handed him $1 bill. That dude's
Dude.
life would be complete.
Oh my god.
But Virgil finally returns. He saves DiBiase so he doesn't get eaten by a snake on live television.
You know what I think about constantly when we see not Jake Roberts, but Ted DiBiase, how that guy who was supposed to kiss his feet for $100 was Rob Van Dam.
It's Rob Van Dam. Yeah. Jake Roberts just got revenge for Rob Van Dam.
Holy
The
shit.
poor people.
But yeah, we go to the back here, and Cameron, your favorite tag team is split up.
Oh yeah, dude. They sure are. Because Sean Mooney is with Akeem and Slick, and that's it. No boss man.
Nope.
I like Slick, man. I like him. That's all I got for the promo. I thought it was a fun little promo. I don't remember enough about it. I just remember liking Slick, hating
Well,
Akeem.
Slick explains how the reason they split is because Boss Man refused to accept dirty money from DiBiase.
Oh, right. That's right, because that's gonna come into play in a few minutes.
Yep. And Slick's like, uh, me and my man Akeem, we the happiest man in the whole world because DiBiase recaptured his belt.
Oh yeah, he was putting over DiBiase winning in the last match. That's right.
Yep. Um, and yeah, then he's just like, Akeem, he speaks and I don't know what the fuck Akeem says. I literally when Akeem talks, I kind of just tend to just not listen. I wrote Akeem says a few words, something about dogs chasing cars and law officers, but I don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
remember what he says, but it's something like that.
there was nothing that stuck out to me that made me write anything down either than fun little promo, and I know that was because I like Slick. Because I'm still not sold on Akeem, and neither is anyone else that gets to book this show because they gave him 2 fucking minutes.
And then we have Gene and the
One, you're good.
we had
I'm
Gene
just
and the
saying we got
Boss
149.
Man who
Boss Man slimmed down significantly
yeah, but he's still
over the last year or so.
sweating out of that shirt, bro.
Well, yeah, because he's putting in all the work in the gym, running that weight off.
Yeah. He was on that fucking Hogan WrestleMania 2 workout, bro.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was he? What he was doing? What was
his
the
neck was like
exercise that Hogan
broke,
was doing? Yeah,
and he had
he was
neck weight around him, and he was like doing like chin ups or dips and stuff, and they're
yeah,
like, he
he
shouldn't
did
be doing
some
this
specific, yeah, it was some crazy specifically named uh
neck workout.
like, yeah, like workout that he did. I'm legitimately trying to find it, dude. A
Uh,
heavy chin.
heavy.
So now I'm just picturing Boss Man. I've been in the gym doing heavy chins.
I got on that Hogan workout.
Going down to Cobb County, Georgia. We're gonna do heavy chins.
Uh, but yeah, Boss Man, he calls DiBiase a scum. He's like, I don't take money from scum or anybody.
Or
I kind of got some slick twang on there when I was talking, but
yeah, and then he's something about, yeah, Slick being black and Akeem being fat or some shit. Like he specifically mentions both of them. Like, okay, I'm poor, but I'm proud to be an American.
he says
We're in fucking Canada.
he says pimp's or he says Slick's a skinny pimp manager, and Akeem's a tribal reject who's too fat to fit in the pot.
Okay,
Yeah.
Boss Man does some interesting promos at times, man. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck was the context of that? And I didn't hate this one. I just thought it was kind of fucking strange. It's a weird promo.
Uh, but yeah, so Akeem and Slick, that they go down the ring, they're there, and here comes Boss Man.
I'm a job
He
soul, bro.
he
I'm a job soul, bro.
hard times, right? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, come on down to Cobb County.
And God, it is great. He does have one of the better ones. But
Oh
guess
yeah, now
what?
that he has one, yeah.
DiBiase is still out there.
Yep, and he attacks Boss Man. What a heel.
Actually, fucking body slams Boss Man. Like, shout out
Yes,
Ted DiBiase.
yeah. So much for being a twin tower. Yeah. Ref is just like okay with this, and even starts. Stop getting your ass kicked. Get in here, dude. Come on, 1, 2. I ain't got all day. Get the fuck in here. Y'all only have 2 minutes, dude. Hurry up.
Ted then rolls him into the ring, and then the match. We're in the thick of it.
Yeah, Akeem hits a few hit punches and then runs into a boss man slam.
Yep, and it's over in a minute and what you said, 13 seconds,
49 seconds.
49
I
seconds.
feel like they're counting the beat down on the floor.
Yeah, because I think it was like two Irish whips from fucking Akeem, and he gets a 2 count on him, and then literally Boss Man gets up. Oh no, Akeem goes for 10 punches in the corner, bro. Um, and then Boss Man does like some atomic drop on it, and it was awful. Like he does not connect with him at all. And yeah, Boss Man
The
slam,
boss
and
man
it's
stamps what he
over.
wins with, where he like hugs him and lifts him and falls down.
Yep. Kind of like
But I mean, I didn't want to watch Boss Man and Akeem wrestle very long, so this is everything it needed to be. Honestly, there really wasn't much to it. Like just about every other match on this card. My only note out of this is I think it's cool to see Boss Man as a babyface. That's really about it.
after the match, Slick tries to attack. Bossman grabs him. Slick begs for mercy, and Bossman punches him onto the floor.
Yep.
Now we
There
get
you go.
into this next. We ain't got to talk about it too much because you and I could rave and talk about this next thing for an hour and a half if we wanted to.
Yeah,
Uh,
I got so excited that I thought the last time where I wrote down about rhythm and blues being on the screen, I thought this was that segment, and I was praising it already. I got ahead of myself because this is the segment that I really am loving.
yeah, so we get. Well, first we get like this little interview in the
Oh
stands.
yeah. Because we got to set
Sean
the stage up.
Yeah, Sean Mooney asks a little girl, he's like, "Hey, are you excited, for rhythm and blues?" And she's like, "No." and then he
Yeah,
and,
kid didn't give a fuck.
and then he goes and he asks this kid, this boy, he's like, "Yeah, I want to hear the song, sure, yeah."
Honka honky honky love or whatever.
Honka honka honky love, yeah. And then they're like,
He
"Oh,
gets it
hey."
wrong, and he goes, "Oh, close enough, man."
Yeah, I think the kid's like honky 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 love or something, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Oh, and Mary Tyler Moore is here, by the way. Uh,
Yep. She has clearly not a fucking clue who any of these people are or what she's watching. She just knows that Jake Roberts gave her $100 bill, and the check that she's gonna get for being here is gonna be much bigger. So
you
I love double E.
you care if I just breeze through this?
I mean, I feel like it's too great for you to breeze through it, man.
Well, I do have
This is the
one
new
note.
single
I
for
knew
Hunka 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 Honky Love.
I have one note. The driver of the car is DDP.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
didn't even look at any of the. I need to be looking at the extras, man, to see if I recognize anybody. I didn't do
Well,
any of that shit.
I just googled rhythm and blues debut song 1990, and it says Diamond Dallas Page forgotten WrestleMania 6 moment, and it's him as the driver of the car.
I can't
WWE.
believe our first DDP moment was in WWF.
Yeah, for real. Because I think I mentioned like my family loves DDP, and it's WCW for them. So, um, but yeah, I mean, so Howard Finkel he introduced rhythm and blues. They come out in this Corvette. Uh, you know, my guy Jimmy Hart's holding the gold record. Because of course they are gonna be
It's
gold.
already sold. Yeah, it's already sold it.
Yeah. They haven't even like debuted the song yet, and it's already gold. Like no one's listened to it, but everyone just knows.
At least he
Uh,
has enough humility not to walk out with a platinum one. Like he knew there's a ceiling.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, I actually like to think of it like that. Yeah. Uh,
At
oh,
least
and
it's not a brother love segment, dude.
so yeah, it's our guy Honky Tonk Man. It's our guy Greg the Hammer Valentine. It's our guy Jimmy Hart
And
and the Honkettes.
and and the honkettes. I'm ready, honky.
Uh,
The mic feedback is such a perfect little detail in this. It's like, of course, it should sound like shit, dude. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a mess. It needs to look like a high school band performing on stage and everything going wrong. And then you got Jim, not Jim. You get fucking Greg the Hammer just fucking air guitaring away.
yeah, you could tell
He'll
he's
eventually get on beat.
because like he's playing different sections of the guitar at not the same
Yeah.
time. So it's just so funny how like he's just like not doing anything for it. Uh, so they start performing "Honka Honka Honky Love." Uh, the mic, like you mentioned, the mics are awful. They're so out of tune.
Yeah.
They make it, just sound miserable for everyone. Uh,
I think he just adds charm though, honestly.
Greg Valentine's mic isn't even working when he has his own little
Nope.
solo. Uh, Jimmy
He's
Hart's trying
performing it,
to.
dude. He's playing the part. Like he's having fun, and it's kind of cool to see. Like he needed to do something,
They're
and
getting
it may as well be this.
heavy boos from the crowd for some
Well, the crowd's wrong.
obnoxious reason. If
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
there, I am, crying. You're in, you're in the same arena as greatness. Um, you literally saw
You're
the
watching it in
first,
front of you.
you literally saw the first ever song that has never been played in public become gold in one take. Like, I mean, that's just crazy. Um, and then all of a sudden, you see these two guys, Cameron, and they're selling CDs.
Yeah, two shithead
And
hecklers over here.
yeah, and then Jesse's like, "Who's that? Who's that selling them CDs out there? What these people? What are they doing?" And they take off their like hoodies, and it's the Bushwhackers. They're selling their own music. They saw the success of rhythm and blues, and they wanted to jump on the back of them. And
They got to
so
get in on that. Gotta get a piece of that cake.
the rhythm and blues they clear the ring, and the Bushwhackers they run in there. They're looking at the guitars on the ground. Luke and I forgot the other one. Luke and do you know the other Bushwhacker?
Butch.
Luke and Butch.
Butch.
They grab the guitars. One of them starts licking it, uh,
Of course, that's on brand. That works.
and playing it the wrong way. They're playing it from the back, not the front. And so one of the Bushwhackers, he puts it down on the ground ever so slightly, um, starts rubbing it up and down, and then he runs, whips himself off the rope, and smashes the guitar with his foot. And
Hell yeah, he
everyone
does.
laughs. Uh,
Really crazy. The Bushwhackers turned heel. That's really, really weird. Such a strange moment. I don't get it. I don't understand the booking.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I thought they were like these nice idiot dudes. Like, I don't. What are we doing here? Uh,
Yeah, that turns out they're assholes, both of them. I don't
yeah.
get
Yeah.
it.
They just made the shit list, dude. Like, I didn't want to ever see
I
another
swear.
Bushwhacker.
Yeah, I swear. You're up there with Tito now, assholes.
Yep.
You're done.
And
You're fucking done.
I mean, I had three people join it today. The Bushwhackers and Jim Duggan. They're all on it.
Yeah, yeah, the shit list. The WrestlePodia shit list. There's no way you're getting off it.
No.
I love this. This was another example of wrestling not needing wrestling to be great. And I wrote here in my notes that even if this doesn't win segment of the night for me, this is definitely the best segment with no wrestling.
Easily. Easily.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
What was this honky honky a hunka hunka honky love? Let me
Yeah,
just I gotta look now.
definitely one of those like this was more I enjoyed this more than the WrestleMania 5 talk show segment.
Oh, with Roddy Piper and that asshole fucking
Yeah.
comedian? Yeah.
Yeah, like Morton Downey or what the fuck ever, and he like, give me that smoke, and he fucking sprayed him with the thing. I enjoyed that more than, or I enjoyed this more than that segment, and that segment's talked about a lot. This is glossed over like fuck. That's a shame. A fucking crime has been committed.
You can hear the full song online, by the way, so that's good.
Beautiful.
So
All
make sure to
right,
add
it's
it
got to
to your
get on iTunes,
playlist.
man. I got to get that shit on my Apple Music.
Um, but yeah, and fuck the Bushwhackers. You're dead to me.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
done, bro. You're done. You're
yeah.
fucking done. Wait
After
until the next time you wrestle a goddamn Brutus Beefcake and I get to review it. I will tear your ass apart.
yeah, Yeah, you pray to God you better wrestle Tito and Jim Duggan in a tag match, or you're gonna be
Let,
like that's the only
let
way.
these motherfuckers have a tag match where they just stop mid tag match and stare across the ring to their opponent. Oh my god, they're fucked, bro. They're fucked. They're done.
Uh, but we roll in. They announced the number again for the. They've broken the record for the biggest crowd
Oh
at
man, yeah,
the
of course they did. You know they
Ontario
did.
Stadium. But we get another palate cleanser before the main event. It's Rick Rude versus Jimmy Snuka. Cameron, how do you feel about
Yep.
Jimmy Snuka?
I think Jimmy Snuka is awesome. At least as a wrestler at this period in time, he's fucking massive.
Hmm.
Clean images and stuff.
I think
Another dude popping up that makes me laugh at that clean image remark.
I like Jimmy Snuka as well, and I feel like if he doesn't get WD-40 every morning, he will not be able to move.
Oh yeah, them joints hurt.
um,
The fucking weird piano guy is back, and he says the comment. I like Jimmy Snuka because he's wearing my wife's underwear.
Underwear. Yeah. Why did he join
Cool.
commentary here for a second? I don't understand that.
Because he had 4 more minutes to fill, and they may as well have put him here. Dude, all I have is Rude attacks from behind. He misses the drop kick. Snuka running drop kicks Rude over the top. Rude takes over with a short suplex. Snuka takes Rude down and goes up top. Rude gets up and Snuka jumps over him. Nothing changes. He goes for a middle rope splash, but Rude moves and hits the Rude Awakening for the win.
Yeah,
That's it.
you summed the match. All right, cool.
That's pretty much
Yeah,
everything that happened.
that's I wrote I wrote about the snap suplex that Rude hits. I wrote about the headbutt that Snuka does, and then I did the jumping over of Snuka on Rude. But yeah, I mean you summed it up perfectly. I also wrote, of course, great pants from Rick Rude. I will always say it.
Dude, he always has great gear. Rude is always killing it. And I think it's the customization because everybody else's gear around this time is color tights or color trunk.
And he
But
makes
Rick
it
Rick
jungle
Rude,
theme
yeah.
because he's facing Jimmy Snuka. No
He's
one
just
else
facing
is
Jimmy
doing
Snuka.
that.
He had his entire Survivor Series team on his tights, and then on the back had all of his opponents dead on tombstones.
Yeah, Graves or Tombstones, yeah.
This dude's gear is customized. Like it's unique every show.
Oh, speaking about
And that's
Tombstone,
more
we're
than
getting close
I
to it.
think. Oh, are we ever? We're like 2 WWE shows away from it.
Yeah.
We got some good NWA wrestling to watch between now and then too.
I'm excited to go back to
Wait,
WCW because
wait till you see this year's Halloween Havoc, bro. Just wait till you see this year's
I can't
Havoc. This
wait
shit
for it.
is.
I need it bad,
Big
bro. I
Foley will
can't.
be in the match that is most associated with that show.
Good, good, good. But yeah, we get a little video package about the Warrior and Hogan, what's led up to this, yada yada yada. Anything from the video package you want to mention?
They just exchange being pissed off at each other for saving each other. Cool.
Yeah, dude.
And also like Hulk Hogan gave him the free shot. Be like, just fucking hit me, dude. Just fucking hit me. And Warrior goes for it, but he stops himself, and then he runs away. I thought it was really funny.
They're in
But
love.
I get it. Yeah, I like what they're building here. Like, I'll get into it more as the match happens. I like the story that they're telling with Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. The build up to it was really fucking stupid. And like you said, it just made it look like they're in love. Like I feel like these two had to share a hotel room, and Hogan, he put some tape across the room, and he was like, "Dude, I'm gonna sleep on this side of the bed." And then Warrior went to do his splash because that's how he gets into bed, and the bed collapsed, and he rolled into Hogan's arms, and he's like, "This wouldn't happen if you'd stay on your side of the bed." And then he's like, "What?" And the Warrior runs off angry. I'm pretty sure
Oh
that's how it
man.
happened. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, no,
You don't deserve to lay under the same cover and blanket as the Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. That's it.
Ultimate Warrior music hits, sprinting to the ring. Someone's ready for a fight.
Someone's been waiting months for the ultimate challenge for sure. Imagine if Ultimate Warrior had won the fucking Royal Rumble. Imagine.
Would have made sense.
I
Yeah.
found it crazy that despite that the fact that we've seen 1,000 miniature matches, this crowd is still hot for both Warrior and Hogan. 15 matches in, these people are still excited for wrestling. Cool.
Yeah. I don't know how, but you got to at this point. You got to dig deep. Everything you got. I mean, you're about to get an instant classic. Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Hogan's music hits, and he does his little walk to the ring. But Cameron,
Yeah,
we've worked our way to this moment.
we sure have.
We watched it. We grinded through these matches again. What are your thoughts?
Well, as crazy as it might sound after all that I've said about this particular WrestleMania, and coming out of WrestleMania 5, where Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage had what I thought was a really good match, I now have a new favorite Hulk Hogan match that we've seen on this podcast. Um, I came into this with a very clear mind. Well, not clear. I'll be honest. I watched this match on a Delta 8 gummy. So man, I really enjoyed this match. I thought this was fucking great. I'll get into why I think so. So I said last week, the first thing you notice in a match is the lockup. And Ric Flair and Lex Luger had the tightest fucking lockup, and it was the beginning of a fantastic match. And the first thing these two did was a stiff fucking lockup, and they take turns getting the power over one another. They lock up, and Warrior shoves Hogan off, and Hogan's like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck? I do that." So they lock up, and Hogan does it, and he's like, "Yeah, that's right, I do that." Test of strength. They go back again on the power game, and the crowd's losing their mind for every bit of it. We get that memeable moment
It
where it
is
looks like
awful.
Hogan's forcing Warrior to give him a blowjob.
It is
And
awful.
Warrior's like, oh, and Hogan's like, yeah, brother, fuck yeah. Keep going, dude. I'm almost there. History, man. We get to witness history. Hogan wins the struggle, only gets a one. And then 1990, they do a goddamn crisscross. And he slams Warrior. And they do another fucking crisscross. And then he slams Hogan. Warrior lines Hogan over the ropes. Hogan starts selling his knee. Because Hogan has to have a problem. He can't just like lose, clean. He's got to be like, oh, Hogan was fighting with an injury. And the Warrior just kind of starts beating the fuck out of Hogan outside, and he like pseudo hulks up on him, and he starts to kind of kick Warrior's ass. And then I realize, I ask myself at this moment, is Hulk Hogan playing the heel role in this match? Then he puts
Ooh.
him in. Then he puts Warrior in a front headlock, and I realize he fucking is. And now I'm interested, solely because I'm now seeing Hogan work in this role for the first time, and it's fascinating. Like, he holds him down and wrestles for a while, and he'll stop the hold to go like back to to punish him some more because he can feel him starting to lose the grip, kick him real quick, beat his ass a little bit, grab the hold back. I'm already wanting NWO that bad, I think, just from watching Hogan work heel. But keep in mind, I'm a heel guy. I really love some good heel work. Heel's my preferred way to work, all that kind of shit. I just love a good heel in wrestling. And seeing your top babyface for the past, well, Landon, since we've started watching this podcast, it's been all Hulk Hogan as the hero. And right now, he's playing the final boss foil to Ultimate Warrior. And I like watching him do it. Warrior fights up. Stop me at any point because I just took so many notes on this because I
I
honestly
I
God really
I
enjoyed
want to
this match.
jump in. I want to agree with you. If I was a wrestler, I would only want to be heel. Um, your perspective of Hulk Hogan, you know, is he the heel of this match? Kind of makes you rethink everything. Um,
Yeah,
and I'm looking back through my notes, and it's like, holy shit, But he does it in such a way where the crowd still thinks like he's our king, he's our Lord and
yeah.
Savior, Hulk Hogan. That
I
he's
mean, he
just
never
that
outright.
good at being, a, you maybe a sneaky asshole now, that
Yeah,
he can, be the heel of the match, be the bad guy, but still be the baby face at the same time that everyone loves. It's just a two-faced side of Hulk Hogan that you don't really think about
yeah.
until someone points it out to you, like you did to me. So
Well, he's never outright heel. He's babyface. Like he's working but he's wrestling like in the heel role of the match. He's
yeah,
dictating the pace. He's working. Warrior's fighting from underneath. Warrior's the one that's having to overcome the obstacle. When all the other shows we've watched, it's been Hogan. Yeah, kicking their asses, but there's at least that time in the middle, where Hogan's getting his ass beat, and it triggers the Hulk up. And let me say, I thought this match had the best use of the Hulk up that we have seen. Period. Um.
who's Hulk up?
So
Warriors or
Hogan's.
Hogan's? Okay.
So Warrior starts to fight up. They clothesline each other. You get the double down, and Warrior does a pre-Undertaker sit up. Crazy. That it just kind of works with the Undertaker. I thought it looked dumb as fuck here with it being Ultimate Warrior, but he starts hulking up on Hogan. He's bumping and feeding Hogan. That's crazy. And then he puts a bear hug on him. Why does Hogan only only feud with people who do bear hugs? Why do all of his enemies do this?
I don't know. It is
But
weird
then
that he gets the majority of the bear hugs that we see in WWF. This bear hug though,
lasted a while.
5 minutes, right?
Somewhere close to that. But the entire time I'm waiting on Hogan to start hulking up out of the bear hug. What the fuck is happening to me? Hogan even tries to resort to pulling the hair, but the ref keeps preventing it.
Yep.
And then like he starts instead his selling degrades to like he's selling like he's cranky, and Warrior's trying to like rock him to sleep. He's like, "Go to sleep, Hulk Hogan." No, I'm not fucking. I'm not tired, brother. I'm not going to sleep yet. Like, he does the whole drop his arm twice and keeps fighting thing. He even does like the Sonic finger wag. Like, no, no, no. He drops down. Warrior collides with Hebner, and this becomes one of the most interesting sequence of events where the ref is down and there's constant pins being made because they had to make sure Hogan got at least one or two visual falls before we get to the actual finish.
I actually love this part, and I am going to interject right
Oh,
here.
it's great.
Yeah,
It's really good. Go
it's
ahead.
amazing. Yeah, no, I agree. Uh, I forgot who does it first. I want to say it's Hogan does the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
Hogan.
see, because Warrior
He's
goes for that big tackle and Hogan just fucking slams him face first
slams
into
him
the
on
mat,
the
dude.
fucking ground. Yeah, and he's pinning him 1, 2, 3, whatever, and then
Yeah, he does it kind of fast though.
yeah, and then we get the Ultimate Warrior's turn, and it's just that slow build in between, like when the pin, and it's like, oh, we see two visual victories back to back from both these guys. It just makes you think like, who the fuck is gonna win? It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It keeps the momentum going because you're just like, holy fuck, like both these guys, just lost, and
Yeah,
man,
we've
I
reached the
love it.
point where the roller coaster is going downhill and it's not going to stop.
Yep.
And we even get a nice Hogan heel like mannerism right here because while the ref is still down, Hogan rakes the eye of Warrior and rolls him up, but the ref is still not back. They're getting so much mileage out of the ref being down, out of one singular ref bump. And then like Hogan sends Warrior over the top and they start brawling on the floor and I think, "No, please, the ref's counting. Please, no, not during the main event." Imagine, dude. Imagine if the main event of WrestleMania went like this.
I know, bro.
Random tassel is lost from the Warrior, just kind of sitting there in the middle of the ring. And then we get the gorilla press
Mm-hmm.
and the splash onto Hogan's back, and he turns him over. Hulk up. He fucking got me. And it was even on someone's finish. I have not popped for a Hulk up like this since Bundy did it in the corner. Like he rammed him in the corner and Hogan ran out of it doing the Hulk up.
Yep.
This was awesome. He fucking got me, and I think it's actually the best Hulk up of all time. And it being on Warrior, who's already done it to him, it adds so much to it. And that's literally all it took to make a Hulk up mean that much to me was Hogan had it happen to him before, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not used to this happening to me. He returns it. You fight fire with fire. Do what got you to the fucking dance. And then they've been telling an amazing story here. He gets the boot, leg drop and misses, and Warrior hits the splash and pins Hogan. Hulk Hogan has been pinned clean. Even if Hogan kicks out at 3.1, still, what a fucking match.
Yeah, I do not like the almost kick out after or the
Yeah, I
kicking
don't
out
either.
thing. I
And
do not
no
like
one
that at
does.
all. No.
No one does. But you just gotta look past that. You gotta look past it and think to yourself, even with this being Hogan, we're lucky we got what we did. Let's just take it and move on.
Yeah, just accept the small victories you get.
Yeah,
But
because holy fuck, what an almost 23-minute match we just got from Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, no less. All right, man. I love this match. That's really that's what I
no,
guess. I'll keep going when when we're done talking about it, but like I got more written down that it's just like my opinion on the match and all that for after it.
no,
But
yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head right there. I mean that it was great. I mean, I wish I could listen to you do that all day now. Oh wait, I can't just
uh,
get on here.
you can, man. Yeah, you
Uh,
just go on WrestlePodia. We got a podcast where I do it a lot.
and yeah, you explained that very like I'm not gonna lie. You give yourself props. You explained that very
Hey,
well.
thanks, dude. Thank
Uh,
you, man.
yeah, no, this match is awesome. Like I'm saying, I'm not gonna lie to you. This match was fantastic. I enjoyed it probably not as much as you did. It sounds like just because all your
Well,
emotion and
I'll
everything.
be honest. The edible helped.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
also, I didn't watch this in one sitting. I watched the beginning up until Dusty Rhodes and Randy Savage, and then the next day I watched every match up until the main event, and then I watched the main event in one sitting. So maybe that helped, but I still feel like either way, even if I had watched that whole show in one sitting, I would have enjoyed this main event because I can enjoy a good match when I see it, regardless of if I've been bored and broken down from the rest of the night. When I see a good match, I know a good match, you know.
no, I
But
agree with you.
so I wrote that this match it was nothing like the in-ring ability of the Luger Flair match. But I think is you can definitely argue and make the case that they got a lot more emotion and told a phenomenal story in almost half the time. And that is why WWF is is the moments show and WCW is the matches show, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, it does. Yeah. And like you've mentioned to me multiple times, and you've pointed it out. Like every show, like helps out to see the perspective of like one show is really for the story, and one show is really for the wrestling. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. And sometimes they work together in tandem to make something beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like, and I don't even want to say that this match didn't have good wrestling. It had great wrestling. It wasn't what Ric Flair and Lex Luger was, like I said, but it didn't need to be. If you make two fucking crazy big ass superheroes fight each other, this is what it would look like. I don't think, but with the way that the story is, the way the characters are with Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan, and the story you want to tell with Ultimate Warrior winning in the end, I don't think you could have told that story any better than maybe Hulk Hogan not kicking out at 3.1. But like I said, it's Hogan, and just take what you can get, and let's move on with it. And just like you said, take any small victory while we got it. Because
Yeah, fuck
even
Hulk
still
Hogan.
in Warrior's moment where he's like, he just won the biggest match of his career. Hogan still has to be like the one to give him the belt and and be like, I approve, I'm not mad or whatever. He still had to make it about him. Um, but at least he did it. He lost clean and was pinned for the first time in this podcast, and honestly, probably in years. Period.
Oh. And then we get
So that was WrestleMania 6, man. But
yeah,
go ahead. What you got?
I was gonna go into my review of it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude, please. I wrote a beautiful monologue
I can't
after I
wait
was
to hear
done
it.
with it.
Well, you'll end
Yeah,
this
it's not
then. You'll
long.
end this.
It's not long, but I really like how I structured this.
Uh, yeah. I mean, this match or this whole show is. I I wrote this whole show is just Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. That's all it is basically. And
Yeah.
the other
It's a
matches
3-hour
are
commercial for that match.
yeah, the other matches are hey, I still wrestle here. If you didn't remember me. Uh, here's my music. Here's what I could do a little bit of. It kind of looks like it's practice, or they're just getting their training tapes out for
House
maybe
show, yeah, they're
yeah
building a highlight reel.
yeah NWA.
Just get in and move a piece.
Yeah, maybe they did. Hey, half these guys' contracts are up, so I need a highlight reel for NWA and WCW. Whatever. Um, but yeah, match of night. I told you earlier, like the match of night. For me myself, it's gonna be it's gonna be the Jake the Snake and the Ted
Okay.
DiBiase fight. I those two
Awesome. Awesome.
those two together, I just think they mesh very well. Um,
They had good chemistry for sure.
I would actually say that is more wrestling than the main event was. Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
I respect that.
and especially with Jake the Snake actually wrestling. He doesn't hit a DDT till after, but he doesn't really need to because I don't want Jake the Snake to win that match, and neither does
No, no, no,
probably
no.
anybody who's watching wrestling right now or reviewing all these wrestling. You do not want Jake to win, and so
No.
you just get the shit face heel of I'm Ted DiBiase, I'm a rich motherfucker, all these things that he's done over the past years to put himself in this predicament where he gets humbled by someone. He eventually, wins the match, but he's thwarted after, and he gets his money stolen, handing out to the crowds. He even, gets $100, put in his mouth by Jake at the end, and then I mean Damien at the end as well. It's just like the icing on the top. That's why I think that match for me is better than the main event. The main event's close
All
second.
right.
Like those, if any, okay, I'm gonna call out anybody. If anybody who watches this show and those two matches are not your top two matches, quit watching wrestling.
Okay.
What I like of this show,
I
like
really like this answer.
yeah,
I really
there's
like your like this being your favorite match. I like this.
yeah, and moment of the or the promo of the night, whatever moment, schmick, whatever or shtick, whatever you want to call it. It's the honky tonk man, Greg Valentine, rhythm and blues. I mean, nothing's funnier than that. That's up there with the flex off
Dude, oh my god, yeah, it really was the flex
and
off.
and the fucking the how much weight can Dino Bravo bench press. I mean, those three are grouped together for eternity. Oh, and throw Ted when he was first introduced, and he's like, "Hey, kiss my feet and dribble a basketball." Uh,
All right.
Worst match of the
You're
night.
putting it up there with that stuff, dude. You're putting up with like that's legendary stuff on our podcast. We praise that Ted DiBiase promo, and you're putting rhythm and blues, honky honky honk of love or whatever up there with that. That's big, man. That's big. I love it.
Worst match for me, it's right before the best match of the night. It's Dino Bravo versus Jim Duggan. It's
Okay.
literally just a match that shows you how dominant Earthquake can be, and Earthquake's not even a part of the match. It's just, hey, I'm gonna, after Jim Duggan wins, I'm actually just gonna beat the shit out of Jim Duggan. and just show you, hey, I'm not one to be messed with, and you know, Ultimate Warrior, I'm coming for you or whatever. Uh, but yeah, I can't really think. Outfit of the night, it has to go. It's a three-way tie for me. I called them all out. It's Coco Beware. It's Rick Martel in the blue, and it's Rick Rude. I mean, Rick Rude changing his pants to jungle theme to match fighting Jimmy Snuka is just no one's doing that.
Yeah.
No one is doing that. Maybe some other people are. Maybe you stole it from someone, but no one
I mean, I'm not
mainstream, I
noticing anyone
guess.
doing
Yeah, I doubt someone's doing it in New Japan. So
it.
uh,
I mean, I don't know. They could be. Who knows? I wasn't an avid New Japan viewer from the '90s, so I'm sure it's great though.
yeah, the main event's awesome. I do want to add some things onto it,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
cause.
for sure.
Uh,
I kind of like strong armed
no,
the
no, no, no,
calling
no.
of it. I'm sorry, but
No. You're good. No, I just wanted to say some things about it because it is a pivotal match. We got to see
yeah,
Hulk Hogan, my enemy, lose. I mean,
your
this dude
enemy.
wins everything. Why does he
Yeah.
win everything? He stole the title from Macho Man. He won the Rumble, and now I'm thinking, oh my God. My first note on here, I didn't mention it earlier. Right under Vince McMahon intro, I wrote, if Hulk Hogan wins the title, I will pull my hair out and become bald. Um, and thank
Well, get to
God he
keep
did
your hair,
not. Um, I just,
which is not something the genius can say.
yeah, for real. I would have to, get a Brutus fucking cut, but yeah, that's my thought. I'm gonna give, I'm gonna say, oh man, oh man, oh man. I want to say based solely off those. Oh man, three is the best. WrestleMania 3 is the best WrestleMania I've seen so far.
Mhm. Mine is still 5. My favorite's still 5.
This is the third best WrestleMania. Three, five, six. That's how they go,
All right,
and
that's
that's
cool.
for me.
I think I still put 4 above this one for me. I really enjoyed 4.
And I'm gonna give this 3.5 King Kong Bundys out of 5, and that's it for
Three
me.
and a half. Okay, cool. All right, so my review here I've got of WrestleMania 6. Sorry. So of all the WrestleManias I've watched, this was definitely the most recent one, and it took me 3 sittings. I've seen several bad Super Bowls, I guess, and I've seen some bad WrestleManias, but I can't say that I've seen another bad WrestleMania for watching this. This just was a WrestleMania. It was a one match show, and it could not have been any more obvious. Like literally nothing outside of the mixed tag felt like it actually really mattered that much. But that being said, most of, if not everyone, made really good use of the time they had. The stories were short and very fast, but they were still there. You know, like even if the time felt like it was being wasted, the performers at least put work into to it not being wasted time. They at least got something out of it. The non-wrestling segment was amazing, and that's at least something that I couldn't say about WrestleMania 5, which has been my favorite WrestleMania to this point. The main event was great. We've talked our shit on Hogan, but when it comes to moments like this, he does deliver. He could have just phoned it in. He could have been an asshole and really done nothing, but he didn't. He bumped his ass off for the Warrior. He went completely against his own mold of a match. You know, like working in the heel role and raking eyes and shit to get Warrior over. And most importantly, and also most surprisingly, given who we're talking about here, he put Warrior over. At least the guy that wins all the matches he doesn't need to win is the forefront of the show, even when he's not the champion. At least that guy put the next guy over. He's not Ric Flair by any stretch of the imagination, but honestly, brother, Ric Flair ain't Hulk Hogan. So I give this show 2.75 if that's allowed, but if it's not, he can just have 3. King Kong Bunnies out of 5. My match of the night, Hogan Warrior and performer. I do this often where I'm like, I don't want to give Ric Flair another best performer award, but if it's just undoubtable and you have to do it, you have to do it. And I looked at this card and I honestly felt to me that no one performed like Hulk Hogan on this show, man. Hulk Hogan gets the performer of the night for me. Promo I gave to Jake Roberts because I think that's one of the best promos that Jake's ever cut. Period. I think it's just one of the best promos like we've heard on the podcast. Honestly, not like best that we have heard, just in the top of them. And it's really cool to see it come out of Jake Roberts. It had actual emotion and feel to it, and then, like, it can connect with a person. You know, there could be people that don't have a lot of money and have been picked on by richer people, whether it's at school or work or what the fuck ever, that can connect with something like that and actually make you identify with a babyface like Jake Roberts. And then for best moment, honka honka honky love, because holy shit, that was probably the best thing I think I've ever watched that wasn't a wrestling segment. And then, but I did give segment of the night to Dusty and Sapphire versus Savage and Sherry. I thought beginning to end promos and like all the post match shit that was a really fun segment to watch, and I really enjoyed it. So it sounds like you and I both enjoyed the show for different reasons. Um, and I really like that we did have varying opinions on the match of the night and like performers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my synopsis / review of WrestleMania 6. I hope that was as beautiful of a monologue as I made it out to be in our Snapchat conversation.
I love it.
Yeah, I loved that main event. I will be honest with you. I loved that main event.
What's next?
And I'm also right. I'm right about Hulk Hogan, by the way, because at SummerSlam he's fighting Earthquake.
Damn. Is my guy Warrior still champion?
Yeah, he'll be defending the belt against Rick Rude.
Oh, please, God. I love the Warrior, but oh my God, would this not be big for Rude?
I need this. However, what's next for us is we've agreed that after we hit WrestleMania, we're going to take a break and watch another movie because we're going to go back in time and watch They Live.
Yes, sir. You know, we wondered, Roddy Piper, leaving WWE in '88, got back in '90. We wonder, like, how good was this movie? So we're gonna watch, like you mentioned, John Carpenter's They Live, 1988. Little synopsis about it. Roddy Piper, Nada is his name. Um, a wanderer without meaning in his life discovers a pair of sunglasses capable of showing the world the way it truly is. As he walks the streets of Los Angeles, he notices that both the media and the government are comprised of subliminal messages meant to keep the populations subdued, and most of the social elite and skull-faced aliens bent on world domination. With this
Well,
shocking
that sounds like
discovery,
a 80s as fuck movie.
yeah, with a shocking discovery, he fights to free humanity from the mind-controlling aliens. Stars Roddy Piper and Keith David.
Cool.
Keith David, known
Can't
for
wait. I've
being.
always heard like some good things about this movie.
Me too. Yeah, that's why I'm
Always feels
very
like a fucking
excited.
trip.
Very
And
excited.
then, but after that, we will go to the Great American Bash
Let's go.
to watch Sting challenge Ric Flair for the NWA World Championship, and then
Sting's
it's off to
back.
SummerSlam. Sting is back.
Thank you, God.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then we'll head off to SummerSlam.
yeah. That's it for us, and we'll see it. They live. You know what? Let's get JT on next week.
Oh yeah, real
Yep.
quick, I'd like to do some plugs again. Of course, you've got to subscribe to WrestlePodia. Follow us on all of our social medias. I believe we're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're on just about everything. I bet.
We are. Yes, we are uploaded
Yeah,
daily, all the time.
and then of course, to stay in the wrestling vein, please continue to check out Pro South Wrestling. I'm free from my shark cage, and Ace and I are trying to embarrass the Alabama Athletic Commission representative who's making life hell for us. And we tricked him into drinking piss, and then I poured more over his head. That happened, and it was awesome. But hey, Landon, to keep up to stay in relation to you here, my Twitch stream, Jetstream Cam, recently featured a appearance playing Devour from our friend Landon here,
It
and
did.
it was a
Yeah, we
great time.
played for like 3 hours the other day. It was fun.
Yeah, we did. We had a blast, and Ace Haven even popped up and scared the living shit out of me while I was waiting for you to join the lobby. Great moments. So Jetstream Cam on Twitch, you can see that VOD as well as keeping up with me when I do future streams. There'll probably be one coming Saturday for sure. I'm probably going to do another level of Black Ops and then just kind of I don't know what else I'm going to play that day, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. Probably some multiverses, probably some other stuff. And then Joblin Junction, where not only will the highlights and best moments of those Twitch streams end up in video, like YouTube short form content, but as well as other playthroughs from other games we've done here at our gaming office where we have a great time together. But that's really all I got to plug this time. Same as always, but I got to keep getting those out there because we're trying to build a community here.
Yeah,
All right,
Friday
thank you,
especially.
Andy.
Friday is 6:30,
Yes, dude,
7:30, right?
especially 7:30 Central Time.
Yep, 8:30 Eastern. Please watch Pro South.
Yes,
Like,
it's a
I
great
mean,
time, I promise you.
you get to watch the guy who talks about wrestling actually wrestle. I mean, there's nothing better than that. So.
And I try really hard, man. I'm currently, I've won the Battle Rumble, so I'm heading off to Anniversary Super Show 16, where I will be main eventing and hoping to win my second ever Pro South Championship from current champion Cade Newton. Provided everything stays the same between now and then, we got a lot of time, a lot of twists and turns in the road to Anniversary Show.
Also,
Who knows what will happen?
what I wanted to add is we're gonna force our friend JT to watch the movie with us next week.
Oh yeah,
I
I
will
can't
make
wait to
sure
see
of
how
it.
he trolls and finds something to complain about every small thing that happens. I can't wait.
All right, yep, but we are good here.